And a very pleasant good evening, everyone, and welcome to Thomas O'Sullivan Stadium in Lamar, Missouri. The Lamar Tigers hosting the Cassville Wildcats tonight. Final night of the regular season, week number 9, and then it's on to district playoff time a week from tonight. Cassville on the road to close out the regular season, taking on the Tigers. Glad to be with you here tonight on the Talon Network. We apologize getting on the air a little late here this evening. Had some technical difficulties with some of our equipment, so hopefully we'll keep our fingers crossed and hold our mouth just right that it will work throughout the night. And glad to be with you here on KQMO 97.7 FM and CassvilleWebTV.com. Also live streaming video on YouTube at Cassville WebTV. Sammy Clapper along with Jeremy Marple here on the air. And tonight we have Drew Speakman running the camera for us. And name sounds familiar. That's Todd's boy. And we appreciate Drew helping us out tonight. Todd has been called away to some family responsibilities. And he is off doing that here this evening. So we appreciate Drew filling in tonight and running the camera for us on the Web TV side of things. Again, we're going to have a kind of a short pregame here as we had a few technical issues, but hopefully everything will run throughout the night. And we've got a beautiful night for high school football. The rain has moved out of the area. The breeze has picked up a little bit, which is coming out of the north end zone, may affect the flight of the football, especially on kicks. It's going to be a nice, cool evening, and a good group of fans have gathered here tonight. It's senior night in Lamar, as the Tigers recognizing their senior players, cheerleaders, and band members prior to tonight's football game. Well, Jeremy, here we are, week number 9, as the regular season comes to a close tonight. Cassville comes in 7-1. Lamar, the Tigers have a record of 6-2. Both teams in the number 2 spot in their district. Cassville technically in the number 3 spot with points, a couple of tenths of a point behind Monette, but they have the head-to-head over Monette, and if everything holds true, which it should, the only thing we're looking at in the district for Cassville's side is maybe the 5-6 teams flipping, but Cassville will jump back into the 2 spot with the head-to-head win over Monette. But now everything is gearing towards the Big 8 West side of things. Cassville, the defending Big 8 West champs, if they can win here tonight, Monette and Seneca, the other teams that they're tied with right now, but Cassville will assure themselves at least of a share of the Big 8 Conference West title if they can pick up a win tonight on the road.
Well, it all rides on tonight as far as the Big 8 West goes. The Wildcats lose this game and no conference championship. But as you said, win or lose tonight, Wildcats will maintain that number 2 seed in the district, and that's important when you start thinking about home games in the postseason. Wildcats would love to come up here, be competitive, and come away with a W tonight. Everybody remembers last year these two teams met up down in Cassville, and what a night it was for the Wildcats. Big kick as time expired, kicking field goal to win that game 24-21. Very emotional night, and I can assure you that these Lamar Tigers have not forgotten it.
Yeah, it snapped at that time the nation's longest winning streak. It was over 55 games. I think it was up to 57 or 58 games in a row. Lamar had one, and Cassville snapped that streak with the field goal by Drake Reese. And coming into tonight's action, the two teams have a similar loss. Cassville losing to Seneca, Lamar losing to Seneca. Seneca beat Cassville down in Seneca, but they came up here and beat Lamar on their home field. So an impressive win for the Indians, and that's also a team that Cassville comes into tonight sharing right now the lead in the Big 8 West along with Monette.
When you look at the top 3 teams, I would say, in the Big 8 West, when you've got Cassville, Monette, Lamar and Seneca, man, those right now, they're pretty interchangeable. Any one of those teams can knock anyone else off at any given moment. Very, very competitive top 4 in the Big 8 West.
Nevada is at Monette tonight, so the Cubs will have a home game to close out the regular season. Seneca also at home tonight as they are taking on McDonald County. The other Big 8 games, Springfield Catholic at East Newton, Mount Vernon at Hollister, Rogersville at Marshfield, and Aurora at Reed Spring. As we talked about, Lamar 6-2. Their losses coming right in the middle of the season. They won their first 3, then they lost back-to-back weeks to Monette and Seneca. Since then, they have run off 3 consecutive victories. Cassville, their loss to Seneca, I believe it was week number 4 is what I want to say. That is correct. And now the Wildcats have run off 4 consecutive wins after the victory last week over Reed Spring. And here they are, back-to-back home games, and now back out on the road for the first time.
And both teams putting up a lot of points and not giving up very many. So very, very similar in what's been going on the last few weeks for both of these clubs. What you're going to see tonight, you're going to see more of the same from Lamar. They've got that offense that they run, and they run it very, very well. They're going to be great big up front. It's going to be a challenge for that defensive line of the Wildcats. Wildcats early in the season were doing a great job of stopping the run. They've kind of sputtered a game or two in their tackling, and we saw a little bit of that in the first half last week, but they kind of corrected that much better in the second half. Tell you what, Sammy, they better be ready to go and tackle early in this football game.
And that brings us to tonight's Wildcat Keys to Victory, brought to you by Wesco Home Furnishings in Cassville. Mark Whittemeyer and the crew at Wesco Home Furnishings are looking forward to a great season of Wildcat football. And just like the quality portrayed by each player on the field, Wesco offers that same quality merchandise and customer service. Find them online at wescohome.com or drop by 109 West State Street in Cassville. Keys to victory, a couple of things you just pointed out. Controlling Lamar's running game. It will be a handful. They've got a big offensive front, several talented running backs, but controlling that running game and not allowing Lamar to hang on to the football and shorten the game will be a key tonight.
Yeah, finding a way to get their offense off the field is going to be huge tonight, and that starts with tackling. And the coaching staff does a great job putting that defense in good positions to make plays, but the guys on the field have to make them.
Had a lot of rain over the last 12 to 24 hours. It's not raining now, of course, but the field is very damp, so that means it's going to be a slick football, especially now that the sun's set. We've got a lot of moisture, a lot of condensation. Hanging on to that football is going to be key tonight.
Well, absolutely. Winning that turnover battle is going to be big for the Wildcats tonight. And we saw the Wildcats take advantage last week of a couple of mishaps, turnovers, go in and get points. Going to be very important tonight.
Again, tonight's Wildcat Keys to Victory brought to you by Wesco Home Furnishings. Find them online at wescohome.com or drop by their store, 109 West State Street in Cassville. Tonight's broadcast also brought to you in part by Tomlin's Jewelry on the Square in Cassville. If you're looking for a special jewelry item or gift, they've been doing it right for 55 years. Tomlin's Jewelry in Cassville. Going to take a quick break. Be back with tonight's Wildcat starting lineups. You're listening to Big 8 Football here on the Talent Network. Tigers taking on the Cassville Wildcats here tonight. Tonight's Wildcat starting lineup brought to you by Fast Trip, 104 South Main in Cassville, locally owned by Mike and Anita Carr. The offense for the Wildcats at quarterback, it'll be Devin Bates, a 5'9", 145 senior. The running backs, Bowen Preddy, 6'1", 180 senior, and Zach Kanan, 5'11", 190 junior. The receivers, DJ White, 6'1", 190 senior, and Spencer Moeller, 5'8", 160 junior. Tight end, Killian Barbie, 6'2", 190 junior. Right tackle, Hunter Chastain, 6'1", 225 junior. Right guard, Jaden Rybert, 6'2", 230 junior. Center, Troy Hagens, 5'11", 210 senior. Nate Boley at left guard, 5'10", 210 senior. And Zane Gray, 5'10", 275 senior at left tackle. Defense, Jacob Hall, 5'8", 250 senior at one tackle. Garrett Kreitz, 6', 290 sophomore at the other. The defensive ends, Jaden Rybert, 6'2", 230 junior. And Andrew Pryor, 6'2", 200 senior. Linebackers, Carson Jacobson, 5'10", 150 senior. Zach Kanan, 5'11", 190 junior. And Jacob Olberts, 5'10", 170 senior. The corners, Jerome Ewing, 5'9", 150 junior, and DJ White, 6'1", 190 senior. The safeties, Jericho Ferris, 5'10", 180 junior, and Cade Hayward, 5'8", 145 senior. Again, tonight's Wildcats starting lineup brought to you by Fast Trip. Whether for fuel, grocery items, fountain drinks, ice cream, or snacks, they have it all at the very best prices. 104 South Main in Cassville, locally owned by Mike and Anita Carr. Well, while I was reading that, they had the coin toss. What happened?
And the Tigers won the toss. They deferred to the second half, so the Wildcats will get the football. Last year in this game down in Cassville, the Tigers received the opening kick and ran it back for a touchdown. Wildcats would like to return the favor tonight.
Tonight's first quarter brought to you by Michael's Hardware, 186 Sale Barn Road in Cassville. They have mums of all sizes and colors for your holiday decorating. We're down to less than a week to go before Halloween. Drop by and see if they still have some pumpkins to choose from. If you've got a project to do, they can give your to-do list a game plan that's sure to be a winner. Michael's Hardware, friendly folks, serious hardware. Juan Juarez will kick things off for the Lamar Tigers. Dropping back deep for Cassville, it's Jericho Ferris. He is flanked by Bowen Preddy and DJ White. Lamar going from our left to right as we look on here this evening. Cassville coming out of the south end zone here at Thomas O'Sullivan Stadium. Again, for the folks that are listening tonight, if you're viewing on WebTV, the signal strength, I don't know whether it's a weather issue or what, but it is very low tonight, and we are having some video streaming difficulties. So if you're listening on the radio, you can pass along that information to anyone that might be trying to watch on WebTV. Some video streaming issues tonight with a very, very weak signal from here in Lamar. Kickoff returned by Jericho Ferris as he brings it out from the 5-yard line, takes on contact at the 25, and he is going to be upended right around the 25-yard line. So not a bad return for Cassville on the opening kickoff as the Wildcats have the first possession of the night. And it looks like that is where they're going to put the ball down, right at the Cassville 25-yard line. So Devin Bates will bring his team up to the line of scrimmage. He's ran for 260 and 6 touchdowns. Bates has thrown for 890 and 11 touchdowns. Split backfield behind him. They're going to run on first down. Coming around the left end, slicing his way out close to the 35-yard line is Zach Kanan as he is able to pick up nearly 9 yards on first down. Kanan on the year, over 600 yards rushing and 7 touchdowns for the Wildcats.
Well, nice job on first down right there. Big yardage on first down going to be a key tonight for this Wildcat offense. Got to get some positive yardage early in the series.
He is able to pick up 9. It's second down and 1 for the Wildcats. Preddy also in the backfield. He's got 550 yards rushing and 9 touchdowns. He's also got a couple of touchdown passes on the year. They go to the I formation. DJ White comes in motion. He'll run around to the right side. Lead blocker for Preddy, following in behind Kanan. They've got the first down. Preddy powers his way out to the 40 and is finally driven out of bounds on the far sideline as he gets out to about the 42-yard line. The Wildcat first down brought to you by Sears Hometown Store in Cassville, your local destination for all your home appliance and mattress needs, as well as a great selection of lawn and garden products.
Well, second and short there. Nice play call as DJ White in motion, full speed from left to right, leading the way as Preddy took that toss sweep to the short side of the field right over in front of the Cassville bench. Got enough for that first down.
It was a gain of 8, and it'll bring up 1st and 10 Cassville at their own 42. 17 yards gain on their first 2 plays of the night. Bates fakes the handoff this time, going to run it himself. He pushes across the 45 out to the 46, takes a lick and hangs on to the football as he is able to pick up 4 yards.
Well, you know it's going to be a physical game tonight, so ball carriers have to maintain, really have a good grasp of that football cover-up when knowing that contact is coming.
90 seconds gone here in the opening quarter. Cassville with the opening drive of the night. Second down and 6 now facing the Wildcats. Again, tonight's first quarter brought to you by Michael's Hardware, 186 Sale Barn Road in Cassville. Receiver split right and left to the left side of the field. The inside handoff goes to Preddy. Preddy drives ahead to the 48. He's going to be stopped short of midfield, and it's going to bring up the first third down situation of the night for Cassville.
Well, a little counter play there, trying to get the flow of the defense going to the right. Preddy taking that handoff, kind of trying to cut back to the left. Defended pretty well by the Tigers there.
So third down and 4 for Cassville from their own 48-yard line. Lamar going with a 4-man front. They've got a lot of size up there at the defensive line. Cassville unbalanced to the left. Now they send Drake Reese out wide to the right. Bates operating from the shotgun, rolling to his left. Under pressure, has to cut back to the right. Throws underneath, and the ball goes over the head of Bowen Preddy. Preddy tried to sneak out of the backfield He was covered up over there by Eli Pickett. He was able to break free for just a moment, but Bates throwing under duress couldn't hit him, and it'll bring up fourth down.
A lot of pressure right there. Play really not able to develop. I'm not sure. It may have been kind of a quarterback choose right there. A couple receivers coming out to the left, and as you said, Preddy coming out of the backfield, kind of running that wheel route. If he kind of squats right there, I think Bates is able to hit him, but Bates really not able to set his feet up and throw that football.
So on 4th and 4, they have to punt the football. Drake Reese gets a nice leg into this one, a line drive kick. Bounces at the 25, scooped up back at the 15 by the Tigers. Brings it out across the 20 and is wrapped up about the 22 or 23-yard line. That was J.D. Bishop on the return for Lamar, and they will have the ball for the first time offensively here tonight.
Well, the Tigers get the Wildcat offense off the field. Now the Wildcat defense getting an opportunity, getting their first crack at this Lamar Tiger offense.
36-yard kick, about a 5-yard return. It's 1st and 10 Lamar. The ball resting at their own, looks like 22 or 23-yard line. They run the football on first down, trying to run off right tackle. And Case Tucker, one of the quarterbacks, along with Dante Stahl. They still run the twin quarterbacks quite often here at Lamar. Tucker is able to push out to the 25-yard line as he is able to pick up 2 yards, and it'll bring up 2nd down and 8.
Oh, pretty nice job right there. Lamar going with a little bit of a hard count. Defensive line nearly jumping, but they stayed out of that neutral zone. And nice job at the end of the play by Kanan to make the tackle.
Man comes in motion, a high snap, coming down with the football and running to the left side this time. The man in motion was J.D. Bishop. And the ball carrier that time takes it across the 25 out to about the 27. And I believe that was Case Tucker. Yes, it was. Number 16 gets up from the bottom of the pile as he is able to pick up about 2 or 3 yards. It'll bring up 3rd down.
Well, here's where the Wildcat defense has to step up big. 3rd downs, they've got to get this Tiger offense off the field.
Tucker gives on the end around. Here comes the ball carrier to the short side of the field. He's got running room. He's got the first down. He's down the sidelines, finally knocked out of bounds as he crosses midfield. And that was Austin Wilkerson. Yep, they've got another Wilkerson up here too. He's only a freshman, and he does a really nice job picking up a ton of yardage there and a first down to the Cassville 42.
Well, a lot of misdirection right there, and the play developed very nicely for the Tigers. Wildcats lost contained a little bit on the backside. Wilkinson able to step out there and get down that Tiger sideline for a big gain.
So a 31-yard gain for Wilkerson, and it's 1st and 10 Tigers at Cassville's 42-yard line. Right up the middle they go, and they plunge ahead inside the 40 down to the 39, maybe the 38, as Dante Stahl that time, the ball carrier, as he is able to pick up about 3 or 4 yards.
Stahl spinning in the backfield, faking to the man in motion, and downfield he goes. Jacob Hall at the end of the play. Defensive tackle making a play.
So 2nd down and 7, the ball at the Cassville 39. Twin flankers, twin quarterbacks. Case Tucker gets the snap. Fakes the handoff to Bishop. Tucker keeps it himself and races inside the 30, inside the 25, down to the 24, and picks up another first down.
Well, really nice job of blocking up front by the Tigers there as Tucker just hit the hole very fast, got through the linebackers into the secondary, brought down by Ferris at the end of the play.
It's a gain of 15 for Case Tucker. And a first down for the Tigers. The ball at the Cassville 24-yard line. They stay with the double tight, double flank, and they give the ball this time. A high snap right up the middle, the ball carrier, and that is Stahl, and he drives his way inside behind that offensive line down to the 15-yard line. Looks like they're going to give him maybe the 14-yard line. That'll be very close to another Tiger first down. They're going to say he was just short, and it'll bring up 2nd down and inches.
Thing about this Lamar offense is once they get rolling, Sammy, once they get that train going down the tracks, it's tough to stop. Right now, the Wildcats have their backs against the wall.
So 2nd down and less than a yard to go. Bishop goes in motion. The ball is snapped to Tucker. Tucker sidesteps the defender and takes it inside the 14, down to the 13. Second effort gets him the 12, and it'll be a first down for the Tigers.
This big offensive line of the Tigers just firing off the football, moving straight ahead, and these backs just reading those blocks, making nice moves to cut off of those blocks, picking up positive yardage.
So that will be 1st and 10 from the 12. Tucker and Stahl, the twin quarterbacks. And the ball goes to Stahl. He hands it to Wilkerson. Big hole around the right end, and he is into the end zone for the touchdown.
Second time Wilkerson's touched the football tonight. First time was a big gain. Now the freshman, same play, great blocking up front. Into the end zone he goes.
An 8-play, 77-yard drive, capped off by the 12-yard touchdown run from Austin Wilkerson. And now Juarez will come in to attempt the extra point out of the hold of Dante Stahl. So Lamar very methodically marching the ball right down the field, and they punch it into the end zone. They take the early lead. Kick by Juarez is good, and with 6:12 left to go in the first quarter, Tigers break on top. They lead it 7-0.
Well, Sammy, the Wildcats fall behind again in this Lamar Cassville matchup. Last year, the Wildcats were down, I believe, a couple of touchdowns before they managed to fight their way back into the game. This is a situation on the road, big emotional game for the Tigers. But, hey, you're down one score. You can't let this thing get away from you right now. You're still locked in this football game. You got to come out and make some noise here in this offensive possession.
Halfway through the first quarter, tonight's first quarter brought to you by Michael's Hardware. Let Michael's quarterback your project with the right tools and supplies for the job. Michael's Hardware, friendly folks, serious hardware, 186 Sale Barn Road in Cassville. So Juarez now will kick the ball away to the Wildcats. Lamar leading 7-0 halfway through the first period of play. Again, it's Ferris, Preddy, and DJ White back deep. Again, we'd like to remind the folks, if you are listening here on the radio, very weak internet signal tonight from Lamar. We apologize for that, but it's kind of out of our control and maybe having some issues with our streaming video tonight. Jericho Ferris brings it out from the 5-yard line, and he is battling for extra yardage on the Lamar sideline as he takes it out across the 25, close to the 30. But he is finally wrestled down and driven out of bounds. Fighting for the extra yardage. Looks like they're going to spot him down at the 27.
Well, you certainly appreciate that second, third effort out of these ball carriers, but it's a situation where, like you said, a little bit of a wet track tonight. Ball's a little bit wet. That second, third effort is great, but it can lead to hands being in, ripping the football away. You got to be smart as a ball carrier out here and know when to go ahead and go on down.
Well, the Wildcats ran 5 plays their first possession and then had to punt. We'll see if they can get some momentum going here. Bates with a pitch back to Ferris, nearly threw it over his head. Ferris with a one-handed grab comes down with the football and gets back to the line of scrimmage, but that is going to be all.
Yeah, really nice job by Ferris right there to corral that football. Went up, way up in the air with the right hand, was able to maintain possession. It looks like he just got back to the line of scrimmage.
So 2nd down and 10 for Cassville. The ball at their own 27. Lamar leading early on here in this one, 7-0. Down to 5.5 left to go in the first quarter.
Wildcats run that option so much. That one just seemed like it took a little bit too much time to develop.
Twin receivers right and left this time. Devin Bates from the shotgun. He's going to roll to his left, looking down the sidelines. He throws to the deep man, DJ White. The catch is made out at 50-yard line, and he is taken out of bounds. White did a nice job getting on the inside of the cornerback, and that was for the Tigers, Wyatt Hull, and he makes the catch and picks up the first down.
Well, nice job right there. White from the slot position ran that flag route out to the sideline. Bates rolling to his left, able to square those shoulders, laid the ball up there nice for White to run right underneath it, right at the sideline. Good pass, good catch.
28-yard completion. And a first down for the Wildcats. Wildcat first down brought to you by Cassville Sears Hometown Store, the best quality brand name appliances, all at 99 Highway 37 South in Cassville. Here comes Jericho Ferris with a blocker in front, makes a cutback and slips his way down to the 40-yard line. May have gotten just inside the Tiger 40 to the 39. We'll see where they spot it. Looks like the back end of the football is going to be just at the 40-yard line for a gain of nearly 6 yards.
Well, good play call again. Ferris got some nice speed. They line him up in the slot, line him up in the backfield this time from the slot in motion. Takes that handoff at full speed. Around the left edge he goes. Right edge.
So 2nd down and 4 for Cassville. Split backfield. Here comes Bates. Bates with some room around the right end, but just as quickly as the hole opened up, it closed down as Devin Bates is stopped at the 36 after a pickup of 3, and it'll bring up 3rd and 1.
Yeah, Bates running that option around that right side. Got right in behind Kane and cut off of him, nearly picking up that first down. But you said it, the Tigers closed very fast on the ball carrier.
Cassville unsuccessful on their first 3rd down try tonight. We'll see what they can do here. This one's only 3rd down and 1 at the Lamar 36. Tigers leading 7-0. Cassville looking to convert first time tonight on 3rd down. Twin receivers to the left side, back to the I formation behind Bates. Bates gives it off to the tailback Ferris. Ferris straight ahead. He's got the first down as he spins inside the 35 down to about the 33 or 34 yard line. Jericho Ferris picking up the first down for the Wildcats, brought to you by Sears Hometown Store. Everything you need for your home and outdoor space, all at great prices, and the support of a friendly and knowledgeable staff to help you with your projects.
Well, nice job by Ferris. He's done such a good job as the season has progressed to get more physical. Bowen Preddy comes in the football game, lined up as a wide receiver way out on that Cassville sideline. You might look for something right here down that sideline, Sammy.
Twin receivers to the right side, which is the short side of the field, and Devin Bates is wanting to throw, and he's got a man open. It's Preddy down the middle, and the catch is made inside the 5 and into the end zone. Touchdown, Cassville.
Bowen Preddy snuck in on that sideline, ran the play in, then went right back out wide, runs a beautiful post route right there. No safety in the way. Great throw right there on the play action by Devin Bates, leading Preddy right at the goal line. Touchdown, Wildcats.
Second week in a row that Bates is hooked up with Preddy for a touchdown. This one good from 33 yards out, and the Wildcats are an extra point away from tying this one up. Snap back, ball down. The kick is up by Reese. It's on the way, and it is good. The Wildcat touchdown brought to you by Willis Insurance on the square in Cassville and in the Bridgeway Plaza in Shell Knob. Stop by Willis Insurance, your trusted choice insurance agent. The extra point brought to you by Crowder College. Main campus in Neosho, satellite campus right there in Cassville. Find out more about class and enrollment information online at crowder.edu. So Cassville quickly answers the 8-play, 77-yard drive of the Tigers. They go 73 yards in 6 plays, and a 33-yard touchdown pass from Devin Bates to Bowen Preddy ties the score at 7.
Well, Wildcats did exactly what they needed to do right here to answer the Tiger touchdown. March the ball right down the field. A couple long pass plays. Going to start to get that defense out of the box a little bit. Hey, you got to cover us too. So that should help the running game as well.
Cade Griffith drops back deep for the Tigers as Drake resets to kick it away. The Wildcat kickoff brought to you by Baywash Car Wash. Come try out the all-new IQ Soft Cloth Automatic featuring custom wash technology, giving you the perfect wash every time. With Baywash, a clean car is a happy car, and that makes you feel good. Reese approaches and boots it away, kicking into that northeasterly breeze. Gets a good leg into this one and drives Griffith all the way back about 3 yards deep, and it'll be a touchback out to the 20.
Well, in pregame warm-up tonight, Sam, we were watching to that breeze in warm-up and really just driving the ball straight into it. Such a strong leg from Reese, and we see it again right there.
Well, the Tigers were able to score on their first possession of the night. It's 3:37 now remaining here in the first quarter, and we've got a 7-7 ball game. Stahl and Tucker, the twin quarterbacks, double tight, double flank, and the man comes in motion, and Tucker is going to keep the football. Tries the quarterback sneak or draw play, actually, and he takes it out to the, and I correct myself, that was Stahl and not Tucker. Takes it to the 21 for a gain of 1. It'll bring up 2nd down and 9.
Preddy 34, lead on the stop for the Wildcats. 2nd and 9.
That touchdown for the Wildcats, Sammy, ought to help calm the nerves on that Wildcat sideline right now.
Tucker takes it this time, gives on the end around, that time to Bishop. Bishop slips a tackle down the line of scrimmage and then fights for extra yardage and picks up a first down. Cassville got a man to him after a gain of only a yard or two, but he was able to break free from that would-be tackler and picks up a first down for the Tigers.
He broke a tackle in the backfield as well, broke 2 tackles on his way to a first down. Wildcats successful on first down, short yardage there, but you've got to make tackles to win this football game.
It's a gain of 13. First down Tigers out at their own 34-yard line. Quickly back up to the line of scrimmage. Here comes the motion man. They fake the handoff to Wilkerson, run the opposite direction, trying to catch Cassville in a defensive shift, and that time Tucker, your ball carrier. And with he and Stahl both back there, both able to either run or hand the ball off, defenses have to be so disciplined. It's crazy when it's hard for us to figure things out once in a while, and we're setting up above everything. I can't imagine being down there on field level and try to keep up with all of that.
Yeah, it's tough, but as a defender, you've got to be able to take on blocks. You've got to keep your eyes up. You've got to see what's going on in front of you.
It's a gain of 3 for Tucker, 2nd down and 7. Here they come. They come student body right. They give on the end around, this time to Griffith, and Griffith is hit hard. And I don't think he made it to the line of scrimmage. If he did, he just barely did, and it looks like that is all he's going to get. Back to the 37, no gain, and it'll bring up 3rd and 7.
Well, the Tigers had success on a similar play twice, scored a touchdown on it one time in their first drive. This time, really nice job by the corner, DJ White, stepping up, forcing the ball carrier back to the defense, and Barbie coming over from his outside linebacker position brought him down.
So the Tigers facing 3rd down and long at their own 37. And they run it up the middle this time as they give on the inside handoff that time to Griffith. And Griffith fights his way out to the 42-yard line, gains 5, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Yeah, same play. Back-to-back, they run the same play, the same ball carrier. Wildcats, again, keep them a little bit short. Got a 4th down right here. The Tigers do have the punt team on, but I tell you what, you never know. You got to be prepared for anything. Wildcats had a fake punt pulled against them last week, successful, and picked it up to 1st down.
Yeah, and when Anthony Wilkerson's your punter too, you got speed back there, can do a lot of things. Here comes the pressure from the edge, but Wilkerson gets the kick away. It bounces at the 25-yard line, takes a Tiger roll inside the 20, still rolling inside the 10, and blows dead all the way down at the 5. What a kick by Wilkerson.
Yeah, nice job. End over end, hit the ground running, and White was not able to get up to it. Didn't want to take a chance to pick it up off the ground with 2 Tigers breathing down his neck. His only choice was to let that go, and Tigers have a nice punt right there. They've really flipped the field in their favor.
1st and 10, Wildcats, ball on their own 4-yard line.
So it ends up being a 53-yard kick, no return, and Cassville takes over just inside their 5. So the Wildcats deep in their own territory. Bates on 1st down. Hands off to the right side to Kanan, and Kanan is stacked up after a gain of only a yard, and it'll bring up 2nd and 9.
The Wildcats need to be very careful down here. Backed up against their own goal line. Got to take care of this football, try to give themselves some breathing room here.
Down to 30 seconds left to go here in the first quarter, 7-7 ball game. Cassville probably get one more play off here before the first quarter comes to an end. They send Reese out wide to the left. DJ White splits out wide to the right. I formation behind Bates. Bates up under center, pitches the ball back to Bowen Preddy. He's got Kanan leading the way, trying to get to the edge, and the Tigers get to him right as he turns it upfield and hit him hard right around the 7-yard line. So it's a pickup of only a couple of yards, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 7.
That was a freshman, Wilkerson, able to bring Preddy down. Preddy trying to use that speed to get all the way across the field to the Tiger sideline, just not able to get there. Great pursuit by the Lamar Tigers there.
And that will be the final play of quarter number 1 as we head to the second period. Cassville Lamar all tied at 7. We'll be right back. You're listening to Big 8 Football here on the Talon Network. Deep of their own end on 3rd down and long, and a pass attempt thrown out on the Lamar sideline, goes over the head of the intended receiver, and it's going to bring up 4th and 7.
Bates trying a little play action, rolling out to his right, trying to hit White on the fly pattern towards that Tiger sideline. Very well covered by Wilkerson. He was right in the hip pocket of White. Ball overthrown just a little bit. Probably benefited the Wildcats right there.
So Drake Reese will be punting out of his own end zone. Lamar has been successful in flipping the field. It's a low snap, but Reese picks it up and gets the kick away, a high kick. The return man drops the football at the 48, now fumbles it again, and Griffith right there to hang on to it. Boy, Cade Griffith, Johnny on the spot to avoid the Lamar turnover, as the first guy that got to it dropped it. When he tried to pick it up, he got hit. The ball came free, flew up in the air, but Griffith able to corral it for the Tigers, and they're going to start this drive in Cassville territory.
Yeah, and I believe that was Cade Hayward that put the big shot on the initial shot on the ball carrier, shot that football straight up in the air. Tigers catch a huge break right there. Big shot by Cade Hayward.
45-yard kick. And the Tigers take over at the Cassville 48. They hand it off to Griffith on the end around. He tries to run to the short side of the field. Cassville does a nice job stringing him out to the sidelines, and he is knocked out of play at the 45 after a gain of 3.
Griffith, the smaller of the backs that the Wildcats will see out of this backfield, 155 pounds. Everybody else they're seeing between 170 and 200 pounds.
7-7 ball game early on here in the second quarter. Lamar with their 3rd possession of the night. Starting this one on the Cassville side of the 50. They give it to Stahl, who in turn hands it off to number 2, J.D. Bishop. And Bishop, around the left end he goes, all the way down inside the 30-yard line and picks up a first down.
Bishop on the end around, a lot of misdirection in the backfield. Very tough offense to defend as Bishop takes it from Stahl, gets around that left edge, able to break the containment of the Wildcats, brought down after a long run.
It's a gain of 17 for Bishop. He's got 30 yards on only 2 carries tonight. First down, Tigers at the Cassville 28-yard line. 1 minute gone here in the second quarter, 7-7 ball game. They give the ball to Wilkerson this time. Wilkerson's got the touchdown for the Tigers. He tries to turn the right corner, and he runs right into the arms of a couple of Cassville defenders, and he is dropped for no gain on the play.
Wilkerson, just a freshman, as you stated, no fear. He runs the ball hard. He saw the defenders closing in, and he just lowered the shoulder, ran right into the pile.
Tonight's second quarter brought to you by Young Family and Cosmetic Dentistry. Find them online at youngfamilydentistry.com or call their Cassville office at 374-2130. That's 374-2130. Second down and 10 for the Tigers. Stahl gives it coming the opposite direction this time, and the corner is turned by the ball carrier, takes on contact, and that is that is Logan Crockett. Crockett, another freshman, powers his way through a couple of defenders, and it's going to be 1st and goal Tigers.
Yeah, finished the run very strong right there. Crockett, pound freshman, able to get around the edge, down the Lamar sideline, lowered that shoulder at the end of the run, really got this crowd into it.
10. And it's 1st and goal Lamar. Tucker gets the handoff this time, gives on the inside to Griffith. Griffith wanted to kind of run around the end, but Cassville had it shut off, so he had to cut up field quickly. Picks up a couple of yards, maybe 3 at the most, down to the 7. It'll bring up second down.
Yeah, Barbie had got in the backfield, kind of just waiting on him to get there, and was able to get his hands on the ball carrier and bring him down after a short gain.
So second down and goal from the 7 for the Tigers. 7-7 ball game here with 9:40 left to go before halftime. Tucker gets the handoff, gives it to Wilkerson, who drops the football, picks it up, and Cassville defense, good job that time by Jacob Hull, getting into the backfield and getting to Wilkerson and dropping him.
Out of this Lamar offensive, ball faking and handing off on the fly. That we'll see them put the ball on the ground occasionally. Jacob Hull right there to bring Wilkerson down, and the Tigers avoid another costly mistake by falling on that football.
It's a lawn and goal now from back at the 13-yard line. Dante Stahl gets the snap, and the ball carrier hit again behind the line of scrimmage. Good penetration that time by Bowen Preddy as he gets right into the face mask of J.D. Bishop, and it'll be 4th down now for the Tigers as Bishop is unable to get back to the line of scrimmage. He loses yardage back to the 16, another loss of 3.
Yeah, great job that time. Pretty from his safety position, eyes up, reading the play, firing in that backfield. Big 3rd down stop right there for the Wildcats.
So Juan Juarez will try a field goal, and this one a 33-yard attempt. That's within his range. He's got a good leg, and he kicks it. It's the distance. It comes up just short of the crossbar. He's kicking into that northeasterly wind, and the field goal attempt falls short, and the score remains 7-7 with 8:20 left to go in the first half.
Yeah, really big series in this. Tigers out of the end zone right there is huge for the psych out there and have an opportunity.
So Cassville will take over at their own 30. Wildcats snap the football, and we have our first flag of the night, or did we get a timeout? I don't see any laundry. It looks like the Wildcats want to talk things over here. So it was a timeout and no penalty. Timeout on the field brought to you by Superior Metal. Superior Metal Sales, Highway 76 south of Cassville. For steel buildings, shops, or a roof that will defend against the elements, look no further than Superior Metal Sales. See them for all your roofing and storage shed needs. Highway 76 south of Cassville. Again, tonight's second quarter brought to you by Young Family and Cosmetic Dentistry. Exceptional quality dentistry and incomparable customer service. Dental implants, porcelain veneers, preventative, restorative. They even take care of sleep apnea therapy, all at their Cassville location. Call 374-2130 or find them online, youngfamilydentistry.com. 7-7 our score here at Lamar between the Wildcats and the Tigers. Cassville with the football at their own 30-yard line. Coming out of the timeout. Wildcats head up to the line of scrimmage. Again, just to let everyone know along on the radio side, folks that are trying to watch the streaming video having some difficulty with a very weak internet signal here tonight, so I'm sure there's some delays and maybe some buffering issues and circumstances beyond our control with the internet service here in Barton County. Pass from Devin Bates thrown across his body down the Cassville sideline, goes off the fingertips of the intended receiver, and it'll bring up 2nd down and 10. The ball still at the Wildcat 30-yard line.
I believe that was 85 Moeller on the Wildcat sideline trying to go up and high point that football just a little bit out of his reach. He took a shot at the tail end of that play. He's up, but took a vicious lick over there on the Wildcat sideline.
So 2nd and 10 for the Wildcats. Drake Reese comes wide to the right. DJ White splits out wide to the left. They go back to the I formation behind Devin Bates. They've got a man in the slot out to the left as well. They run the ball away from that motion, though, and they give it to Ferris. Ferris gets a block on the corner, spins away from contact, takes it across the 30-yard line. Nice job by Jericho Ferris. Keeps his balance, keeps his feet underneath him, and takes him out to about the 33-yard line and picks up a Wildcat 1st down.
Yeah, big 1st down for this Wildcat offense. Ferris taking that pitch, heading towards that Tiger sideline. Somehow on this wet track was able to kind of hit the brakes, let a tackler go by, and then keep his momentum going downfield, picking up a big-time 1st down for this football team.
So it's a gain of 13 for Ferris. He's got 23 yards unofficially on 4 carries. And a 1st down for Cassville, brought to you by Cassville Sears Hometown Store, a great selection of lawn and garden products at 99 Highway 37 South in Cassville. Devin Bates fakes the end around, and he runs the opposite direction. Good job by Ferris and Kanan. They had the defense going the wrong way for just a moment, but the corner on the opposite side didn't fall for it. He swarms in on Bates and drops him at the 36 after a gain of 3.
Yeah, pretty good play call right there. Good idea on that toss sweep fake. Roll out by the quarterback, but disciplined defense. They stayed at home on the backside and really not let the Wildcats have a big play. I like the play design. Tigers just ready for it.
So 2nd down and 7 for Cassville. Bates looking to throw, pump fake. Now he launches one down the Cassville sideline, one-on-one coverage over there. DJ White matched up against, once again, Wyatt Hull. And that time the pass falls incomplete. Hull and White were bumping into each other, but I'm not sure if either one of them could have got to that football.
Yeah, it might have been out of bounds. Hard to tell over there. Might have just been thrown a little out of reach, but Hull right in the hip pocket of White, running down that sideline stride for stride. very good defense on the play.
So it'll bring up third down and a long 7 for Cassville. They have yet to convert on third down tonight. They are 0 for 2 at this point. We'll see what happens here. The ball at their own 36. Bates trying to set up a screen. Lamar coming after it, and they get into the passing lane, and they got into Devin Bates' face at the same time. They had to get rid of the ball quickly, and then the ball was just thrown out in front of DJ White a smidge too far, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Well, I think even if White catches that football, there's really nowhere to go. There's 3 defenders right there waiting on him to come down. So, again, Tigers defending the play very well.
So Drake Reese in to punt it away, facing fourth down and 7. Good snap this time. Reese gets a good leg into it, a high kick, and he gets it to turn over. Return man calling a fair catch back inside the 25, and that's Austin Wilkerson. And a good kick that time by Reese as the Tigers will take over, looks like back around their own 23.
Yeah, nice punt right there. High, turned it over. Great pursuit down there. Ferris right in the face of Wilkerson. Smart play to fair catch the football.
41-yard kick, no return. First and 10 Tigers at their own 23. 7-7 our score here. Closing in on the midway point of quarter number 2. Dante Stahl, takes the snap, spins up the middle, spins again, and takes it out across the 30-yard line. Out to the 33, maybe the 34, which is very close to that first down marker, and they are signaling first down Tigers.
Stahl spinning in the backfield, just turned and got behind that big offensive line. Down the field they went. Got into some trash and they was able to spin out of it and ultimately pick up the first down.
Stahl unofficially now 39 yards on 5 carries as he gains 11 right there. Man comes in motion, Wilkerson. The ball is snapped that time to Stahl again, and Stahl fakes the pitch to Wilkerson and then runs upfield across the 35 to the 37. Gains 3 yards.
A little better job that time by the Wildcat defense. Again, they've got to find ways to not let Tigers have success on first down. When it's second and long, that really limits what they want to do. They like to run the football. We hadn't seen them put it in the air once yet. They just lined up and run it right at the Wildcats.
Second down and 7. Stahl gives the ball to Griffith this time. He's got a couple of blockers in front, trying to get to the sidelines. He turns the corner, and he is gone. Cade Griffith runs down to the 20, and a great effort by, I believe that was Ferris. I'll try to get a number for sure. He's got a lot of mud on his jersey. Jericho Ferris with a great burst of speed. I thought Griffith was gone when he got to the 30, but Ferris comes flying out of nowhere and cuts him off inside the 20 after a long gain by Griffith and a first down.
Griffith able to get to that Wildcat sideline and showed a nice burst of speed. Ferris reading the play. Great cutoff, great angle taken by Ferris right there, able to track him down way downfield, but saves the touchdown.
Jericho Ferris with great effort coming a long ways. I didn't think anyone was going to get to Griffith, but Ferris was able to run him down from behind. Now Tucker slips a tackle in the backfield, and Tucker moves it down to the 15-yard line, picks up 3 yards.
Once again, the Wildcats able to get to a ball carrier behind the backfield or right at the line of scrimmage, just not able to complete the tackle. Tucker showed nice strength, able to shake the Wildcat defender, picked up about 4 yards.
So second down and 7 for the Tigers. The ball at the Cassville 15-yard line. 7-7 ball game. Wilkerson comes in motion. They snap the ball to Stahl, and Stahl plows inside the 15 down to the 13 for a pickup of 2.
Another big third down here for this Wildcat defense.
Patrick Dunker, 57, lead on the stop.
The big play of the drive coming on a 45-yard run by Cade Griffith. He's got the Tigers down to this point, but now a couple of short gains, and it'll bring up third down and 5 for Lamar. They have also yet to convert a third down tonight, but they've had a couple of big second down plays where they haven't had to worry about it. They run the option to the wide side of the field as the snap goes to Tucker, and Tucker dives inside the 10 down to about the 8. He thinks he's got the first down, but we'll see where they spot the football.
Pretty able to come in at the end of the play, make the tackle. And I think they're going to be a little short here.
Yep, they actually put it at the 9, so he comes up about a half a yard short. He thought he was at the 8, but they spotted at the 9 after a gain of 4. So 4th down and less than a yard to go. 3:40 left to go in the first half, 7-7 ball game. Tigers do not go with the twin quarterback this time. They go unbalanced to the left, and they stick a running back, Justin Walker, out in front and to the right of Case Tucker. We've got a flag way over on the far sideline, and we've got movement by the Tigers. Well, that new formation had somebody a little confused, and it wasn't the defense. The offense moved, and that'll cost them 5 yards.
Changes the complexion of the 4th down big time right here.
We're down to 3:30 in the half before we had our first flag.
Yeah, very similar to the last 4th down for the Tigers. And as far as field position goes on whether or not they kick this field goal, kicker came up just a little short last time. Had the accuracy, but he was a little bit short kicking into this win. We'll see what they want to do coming out of this timeout.
Yeah, they're a little bit closer this time, so maybe that will influence their decision. They didn't talk about it a lot on the sidelines. They're headed back out to the line of scrimmage. Timeout on the field brought to you by Superior Metal Sales for roofing and storage shed needs and a shopper roof that will defend against the elements. Superior Metal, Highway 76 south of Cassville. And Juarez is out there. And it looks like they're going to put the tee down at the 22-yard line. So last time it was about a 33, 34-yard kick. This one's going to be somewhere around a 31 or 32-yard, depending on where Stahl places that tee. It looks like he is going to put it at the 32. We'll go ahead and call it the 32. Or excuse me, the 22-yard line. So that will be a 32-yard kick. Snap back, the kick is up. This one's got more distance. Does it have the accuracy? And it does not. Well, the first one had the accuracy and not the distance. This one had plenty of leg, but he hooked it wide to the left, and the score stays 7-7.
Ball started a little bit left off his foot, and the wind kept pushing it a little bit that way. But you're right, had plenty of leg on the kick, just left it outside the left upright. Again, Wildcats keep the Tigers off the board, and their offense back on the field.
So Cassville takes over, 1st and 10 at their own 20. Score still 7-7 with 3:32 left to go before halftime. Cassville with a couple of receivers this time wide to the right side. One lone man out wide to the left. Bates with a split backfield pass. They go the hitch and pitch. It's completed. And down the sidelines goes the return man, and he is finally knocked out of bounds over there along the Cassville bench. That was Bowen Preddy who got the pitch. And a burst of speed from Preddy races all the way out near midfield and picks up a Wildcat first down.
The throw to Cooper, short side of the field. Throw to Cooper over there right by the Wildcat sideline. Preddy racing around the edge. Cooper did a great job of catching and pitching all in one motion. Preddy right there on time down the sideline. Big gain for the Wildcats.
They put it down at the 49-yard line of the Tigers. So on the Lamar side of midfield after a gain of 31. They pitch it to Preddy this time. Gets a block on the edge from Kanan and races his way inside the 45. And it looks like they say he stepped on the sidelines at the Lamar 42 after a gain of 7.
Preddy took the pitch and just hit the jets, doing all he could to get to the edge. Got a little bit of a chip block there by the fullback Kanan. Allowed him to get outside to that Tiger sideline and brought down after a nice gain.
So 2nd down and 3 facing the Wildcats at the Lamar 42-yard line. Still 3 minutes and 15 seconds left to go before halftime. 7-7 ball game. Bates gives it inside to Kanan. Kanan a little stutter step, trying to pick up a block and pushes down to the 40-yard line, picks up 2 yards.
Yeah, Kanan got the handoff looking for a hole there. There just wasn't one. The linemen were trying to move people around. Finally, he just decided to try to go. It's going to be a little bit short here.
Well, we were talking about the big guys on the Lamar offensive line. Well, some of those same big guys are on the defensive front. Sometimes it's difficult to get them shoved out of the way.
Yeah, they're one thing the Tigers never seem to hurt for is size on those lines.
Boy, that is the truth. So 3rd down and 1 for Cassville. Handoff goes to Preddy right up the middle, pushes forward, and the Tigers get to him and stop his progress, and this is going to be where the side judges say Preddy's forward progress was stopped. They spotted at the 39, and that is right where the first down marker is. And we look to, yep, we're going to. I started to say it looks like we might, and the officials now call for a measurement.
Going to be close. It's right at it from our vantage point. 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the first half of football here. The Wildcats did not win the coin flip. The Tigers did, and they deferred to the second half, so they will be getting the football to start the third quarter. The Wildcats love to go ahead and get some points here going into halftime and have that cushion to start the second half.
And they come up about a foot and a half short, and it'll bring up fourth down.
We'll see what Coach Parnell decides to do here. They are very close to that first down yardage marker. This part on the field, they are in Tiger territory, but that's why they pay those guys the big bucks to make these decisions, because if they don't get it, Lamar.
Yeah, only 11 yards into Lamar territory.
Right.
If they were like 20 or 30 yards, it may make it a little easier, but.
Well, the Wildcats are bringing the offense out. They're showing some faith in that offensive line. Might see quarterback sneak right here for just a little quick hitter.
On fourth down, they need a couple of feet. And Devin Bates, the quarterback keeper, pushes straight ahead.
Nice.
The pile surges forward. Great effort by the offensive line, and they pick up the first down. The Wildcat first down brought to you by Sears Hometown Store. Brand name appliances like Kenmore, Samsung, LG, Whirlpool, and GE. All at 99 Highway 37 South in Cassville.
Well, hey, that's just a coach showing a lot of faith in his guys up front and his senior quarterback saying, all right, let's go get it, keep this drive going.
It's a gain of 3 as they take the ball down to the 36-yard line. Keep the drive alive. We're under 2 minutes left here in the first half. 7-7 ball game. I formation behind Bates. Bates gives it to Kanan. No, he pulls it back out of his belly, going to run himself. Around the left end he goes. He's down to the 30-yard line and finally tripped up down around the 27, 28-yard line. We'll see where they unpile the players. Looks like they are going to put him down at the 28 after a gain of 8 yards.
A good decision there by Bates, running that option around the left side. Play taking some time to develop. Bates decided to go ahead, I'm going to put this foot in the ground and go downhill. Good gain on first down.
So 2nd down and 2 now for Cassville. Down to 1:20 left to go in the half. Cassville trying to take their first lead of the night. With the wind at their back, they're in field goal range, but they want 6 points and a PAT for 7. And Bates keeps the ball himself and pushes inside the 25 down to the 24 as he's able to gain about 4 more yards. Picks up another catch, and they'll reset as we're down to 62 seconds left in the half.
Wildcats used a timeout earlier in the half. I believe they've got 2 remaining.
They go unbalanced left this time. They've got a receiver, Reese, all the way out here to the right. Now they bring DJ White that direction. Devin Bates fakes the handoff to Preddy, rolling to his right, under pressure, throws underneath, and a sliding reception down around the 10-yard line. Did he get his hands underneath it? Yes, they say he did. DJ White, no. Now the side judge, who had a better look at it, they're deferring to him, and he says no. So now we're going to have a conference between the side judge and the referee. The back judge came in, but he was behind the play and didn't have a very good look at it. And we've got a flag anyway thrown over here on the sideline, so that's why the side judge was saying it's not a completion, because he goes, I've got a flag over here on the Lamar sideline. So I believe the catch was good. It looked like it was by White, but it's all going to go for naught because of the penalty.
Now 39 seconds to go.
So that'll back it up to the 29, and it'll bring up 1st and 15. And the clock is moving again, inside 35 seconds.
Wildcats need to show a little bit of sense of urgency here, breaking this huddle. Down to 30 seconds, 27.
Yeah, they could have got 2, maybe 3 plays off. Now they're going to be lucky to get just this one. They give on the inside to DJ White, trying to get to the edge, breaks the tackle, pushes down inside the 25, and is stopped down around the 20. And the clock stops for a moment, as I believe Cassville got a timeout called, and they did. So 13.2 seconds remain, and Cassville has the football at the Lamar 20-yard line after a pickup of 9 on the carry by Preddy.
Well, they still have time with the timeout, they don't have to necessarily go to the sideline with a play. They can go to the middle of the field, knowing they have the timeout. They have Drake Reese in their back pocket as well. We'll see what they decide to do. I'm not saying they're going to come out and kick right now, but with 13 seconds left, depending on how they run this offense, 1 or 2 plays possibly to the end zone.
And the wind is at the back of Drake Reese if he does kick the football, coming out of the north-northeast. But right now, with 13 seconds remaining, Cassville going to try to squeeze in one more play here before they decide whether they want to kick a field goal or not. 2nd down and 8. The ball at the Lamar 20-yard line. This Cassville drive into the red zone brought to you by Roark Diesel. Find them online at roarkdiesel.com or call 847-6560. They hand it up the middle to Canaan, and Canaan is dropped after a short gain, 1, maybe 2 yards at the most. And Cassville uses another timeout, stopping the clock with 9 seconds left.
Now,
Roark Diesel, they've been providing Cassville and the surrounding area with a huge selection of diesel performance products and have been doing so since 2006. Again, the number to call, 847-6560 or online, roarkdiesel.com. 3rd down and 6 for Cassville. The ball at the 19. 9 seconds remaining, and Drake Reese is in there. So Cassville going to try to take their first lead of the night. Reese will set the tee down. It's hard to see yard markers. They didn't paint the numbers. It drives me crazy. You can't see. But it is going to be placed down at about the 26. So a 36-yard attempt. Bates checks with Reese. He says he's ready. Snap back ball down. The kick is on the way. It's got plenty of leg. Does it have the right accuracy? It does. A 36-yard field goal from Drake Reese gives the Wildcats their first lead of the night, 10-7 with 5.9 seconds left in the half.
Well, Wildcats needed to get points in some form or fashion in that drive heading into halftime here, and a nice job, just a booming kick by Reese, plenty of leg inside the uprights, 36-yard field goal. Wildcats take the lead 10-7. Still 6 seconds to go here, so they will kick the football off. Dangerous return men in the backfield, so pretty important kickoff right here for the Wildcats.
Yeah, and you've got Wilkerson and Griffith back there. It looks like going back there with them on this return will be Logan Crockett. We've already seen him have a burst of speed. So Drake Reese will tee it up and set to kick it away. The Wildcat kickoff brought to you by Baywash Car Wash. Clean car is a happy car, and that makes you feel good. Baywash Car Wash in Cassville with the new IQ Soft Cloth Automatic featuring custom wash technology, giving you the perfect wash every time. Squib kick this time by Reese. Bounces at the 40, takes a big high hop at the 30, and is pulled down. Was that Tucker? It was. Case Tucker hauled it in or back around the 25 and returns it to the 35. And Lamar will have 3 seconds to which run a play here before the half comes to a close.
Even the up men for the Tigers, or the mid-range men for the Tigers, can take the ball to the house when you got Tucker fielding that football. And Wildcats did a nice job of bringing him down.
So Lamar comes to the line of scrimmage with 3 seconds remaining before halftime. Tucker installed the twin quarterbacks. Griffith comes in motion. They give it to him. Around the right end he goes. He's at the 40 and is wrapped up from behind. DJ White got a hand on him, and then he's helped out by a couple of other defenders, and they drag him down at the 42 after a gain of 8. And we have reached halftime as they head to the locker room here at Lamar. Cassville leading the Tigers 10-7. We'll step aside, be back with the Shoemaker Tire Halftime Show. You're listening to Big 8 Football here on the Talon Network. Athletic event is generally forgotten over time, but the actions of players, coaches, and spectators leave lasting impressions. The next time you attend a high school game, think of how history will remember you. Choose good sportsmanship and help rekindle the spirit of citizenship. Remember the lessons you teach today will help develop better citizens in our communities for tomorrow. This sportsmanship reminder brought to you by Access Family Care. We have reached halftime here at Thomas O'Sullivan Stadium. Cassville leading Lamar by a score of 10-7. Tonight's halftime show brought to you by Shoemaker Tire. They've been a name you can count on for tires since 1961. Mark and the gang at Shoemaker Tire will have you up and running when you need a new set of tires in no time flat, or just when you have no time for a flat. Shoemaker Tire, Highway 86 in Golden, Missouri. Lamar got on the board first as they took their opening drive of the night, 77 yards in 8 plays. A 12-yard run by Austin Wilkerson gave Lamar the early lead, 7-0. Then with 3:37 left to go in the first quarter, Cassville, on their second possession of the night, went 73 yards in 6 plays, and a 33-yard pass from Devin Bates to Bowen Preddy, PAT by. It stayed that way until 6 seconds left to go in the first half. Cassville got the ball at their own 20-yard line, drove it 80 yards, and got into field goal range, and a 36-yard field goal from Drake Reese gives Cassville the 3-point lead here at intermission.
Quite a half of football, Sammy. Very physical on both sides. Tigers probably feel like they left some points on the field, had a couple of drives stall out as they drove deep in Wildcat territory. Wildcats able to force them into a couple of field goal tries. Fortunately for the Wildcats, both of those missed. Wildcats able to drive down the field, get a field goal themselves. Going to halftime here, up 10-7. They got to feel good about having a lead at halftime on the road.
Yeah, who would have thought that this would be a battle of field goals here in the first half? And Cassville is winning that battle. They're 1 for 1, and Lamar is 0 for 2 in their field goals.
Right, and special teams. We talk about it nearly every week. Special teams can make or break your season.
Looking at the other scores around the Big 8, Monette, a team that Cassville is competing with for the lead in the Big 8 West. They've got a 42-0 lead at halftime over Nevada. The other team Cassville is competing with in the Big 8 West lead, Seneca, they're on top of McDonald County 27-0 at halftime. Reed Spring leading Aurora 28-7 late in the first half. Mount Vernon has a 20-7 lead over Hollister. And then we've got Springfield Catholic leading East Newton at halftime 14-6. And the final Big 8 matchup, Marshfield at home leading over Rogersville 28-0. That game right before, or actually they're already into the third quarter. They've already started the second half.
Right, moving along well.
It's 10-7 here in Lamar. Cassville leading the Tigers on that field goal with 6 seconds remaining in the first half by Drake Reese. We'll step aside, let you hear from our sponsors, and be back with some of the first half stats. You're listening to Cassville Wildcat Football here on the Talon Network. And Jeremy Marple back here in Lamar, the Tigers and the Cassville Wildcats. Big 8 conference football tonight here on the Talent Network. Again, we apologize for the streaming video side of things tonight. Internet signal very, very weak and very, very slow here tonight in Barton County for some reason. And we're having a lot of buffering issues on that side. It's still streaming, but boy, it's really doing a lot of stopping and starting. So, again, the internet signal strength seems to be very weak here tonight. Don't know whether the weather has something to do with that or whether something else is going on, but it's causing some issues for the live streaming video. But we will be able to go ahead and record everything and then archive it for later viewing if somebody wants to go back and check it out later on the Cassville WebTV.com site. 10-7, Cassville leading over Lamar here at halftime. Tonight's halftime show brought to you as always by Shoemaker Tire. People you can trust for tires. You can visit them online at shoemakertire.com. or drop by Highway 86 in Golden, Missouri. You can also call them at 271-3490. Looking at the stats from the first half, first of all for the Tigers, 27 carries for 207 yards. They did not throw a pass in the first half. They picked up 207 yards of total offense, 8 first downs. They did not turn it over. They were penalized once for 5 yards, and they punted once for 53 yards. Cassville, 20 carries for 8 through the air for 92 yards for a total of 182 yards of offense. Cassville picking up 7 first downs, no turnovers. They were penalized once for 5 yards, and they punted 3 times for a 40-yard average. Individual numbers from the first half, a very balanced attack from the Lamar Tigers. Dante Stalls got 44 yards on 7 carries. Case Tucker, 17 yards on 6 carries. Cade Griffith, 64 yards on 6 carries. It is Logan Crockett, 1 carry for 18 yards. J.D. Bishop has 3 carries for 27 yards. And Austin Wilkerson has 4 carries for 37 yards and a touchdown. For Cassville, they were led on the ground by Bowen Preddy. Excuse me, he has 29 yards on 6 carries. Devin Bates, 25 yards on 6 carries. Jericho Ferris, 23 yards on 4 carries, and Zach Kanan held to 13 yards on 4 carries. DJ White has 1 catch for 28 yards, and Bowen Preddy has 2 catches for 64 yards and a touchdown. And one of those catches, he was helped out by Brett Cooper on the old hitch and pitch, hook and ladder play.
Yeah, Wildcats spreading it around a little bit. Very important for them to get some form of passing game going tonight. Very capable of throwing the football with Bates at quarterback, and when you've got DJ White out there, and then occasionally you'll run Preddy out there. That's tough matchup to deal with because you got a lot of speed, and both guys can go get the football. So Wildcats able to get a little passing game going should help the running game a little bit. It makes them very hard to defend when Wildcats can throw the football.
One thing I was interested in seeing how the first half would go with all the rain we've had, and granted it has been a lot more rain farther to the south, and once you got north of I-44, the rain lessened the farther north you went, and of course we're up here in Barton County quite a ways to the north, so they didn't get near as much rain as some of the folks down in the Cassville area and down into Arkansas, but still did get somewhere between a ½ inch and an inch of rain over the last 12 to 24 hours. So I was wondering how the field will hold up, as their Bermuda grass side is pretty much gone, but they've supplemented with some ryegrass to keep some turf out there and also to keep the green look. But I haven't seen any issues with any footing tonight. We have seen a couple of dropped footballs, but that's been more to the wetness and the slickness of the pigskin and not the footing tonight. So the turf has held up really well.
Yeah, they do a real nice job, their field maintenance crew, and really you can tell when you get to week 9 of a football season and you look between the hashes and it's not just chewed to pieces. The field maintenance crew is doing a fantastic job up here, and the field's playing well tonight. It's getting beat up a little bit, but that's to be expected. But overall, you're right, I haven't noticed any issues with it.
And one thing with the weather, the temperatures are dropping, but the wind has not been letting up. We had a decent breeze at the start of this ball game, and I thought it might lay down a little bit as the night descended upon us. But the breezes continue to blow out of the north-northeast. It's not a huge wind, but as we've seen, it has helped some kicks when they're kicking from the south or from the north to the south.
Well, and it has affected at least one field goal attempt in this game. Came up short, and we saw in the second attempt, kicker obviously has plenty of leg, and first kick came up a little bit short, and you can't help but think that the wind might have had some play.
Cassville with the lead here at halftime. We're still a few moments away from tonight. You hear from our sponsors. Be back with the second half. You're listening to Big 8 Football here on the Talent Network. Harple back here in Lamar. We are about ready to start the second half. Cassville leading 10-7 over the Lamar Tigers. Drew Speakman running the camera for us tonight on Cassville WebTV. And again, we've got some internet connection issues tonight. We have a very weak signal. And as I mentioned earlier, not sure whether it's the weather that has something going on or something else, but very low signal strength here tonight, and it's causing some buffering issues on the WebTV side, but it will be able to be archived and you not have those problems if you go back and view it later. But unfortunately, that does not solve the problem for the folks that are trying to view it live tonight. But glad to be with you here on the Talon Network. So the folks that are listening on the radio, you can pass along that information if you know someone watching on Web TV about the internet problems we're experiencing here this evening. Cassville with the 10-7 lead as we get set to start the third quarter. Tonight's third quarter brought to you by J&M Pallet Company, where with over 15 years of experience, they specialize in new, used, and custom-built pallets. They're backing the Wildcats all the way, and God we trust is their motto at J&M Pallet Company. Phone 847-6732. Now, Cassville will be kicking off to start the second half. The Wildcat kickoff brought to you by Baywash Car Wash. Clean car's a happy car, and that makes you feel good. Drake Reese ready to kick away to Cade Griffith back at his own goal line. Reese once again kicking in, gets a good leg into this one, and it will be returnable as bringing it out from the 1-yard line. It wasn't Wilkerson, but a big hole up the middle and out across the 30 all the way out to the 40-yard line. And that was Wilkerson. I thought Wilkerson was on the left side, but he was on the right side. And a good return by Austin Wilkerson. We've been seeing him do a really nice job carrying the ball tonight for the Tigers, and he makes a great return all the way out to the 42.
Well, Sammy, the Wildcats need to start this third quarter with a lot of life, a lot of energy, need to really fly around, play with a lot of heart and passion to start this third quarter.
So nearly a 40-yard kickoff return from Wilkerson has the Tigers with good field position to start the second half. They pitch the ball to Griffith, and Griffith breaks a tackle, and he's down the sidelines, but he trips and loses his balance. He got bumped by Jacob Olberts, and it looked like he was going to be able to regain his balance after he got bumped. But then again, he stumbled about the 35, and he falls forward down at the 27, but a big gain and a first down.
Well, at full speed, Sammy, it doesn't take a lot when you hit one of those feet, hit the ankle, and it catches the other foot coming back, can trip you up. Touchdown saving tackle there by Jacob Olberts.
31-yard pickup that time by Griffith. And they run to the short side this time with Wilkerson. He's got a couple of blockers in front. He picks up a block at the 10, takes it down the sidelines, trying to tiptoe his way into the end zone. And they say he did not make it. He is out of bounds inside the 1.
I'll tell you what, Sammy, if they had instant replay in high school, they may review that one. It looked like Wilkerson may have gone down on top of a Wildcat defender and on into the end zone. But the Tigers coming out 2 huge plays to start the third quarter, and now they're knocking on the door.
They started at their own 42, and in 2 running plays, they're at the 1. And this time the snap goes over the head of the quarterback, and Bowen Preddy recovers. An unbelievable turn of events. It was first and goal from the 1, and a high snap, and the Wildcats take over possession.
Once again, the Wildcats catch a break. High snap just out of reach from the quarterback for the Tigers. Down on the ground, Preddy flying in from his safety position, able to fall on that football. I tell you what, the Tigers move the ball right down the field, knocking on the door of the goal line. They fumble the football, and the Wildcats take over. What a break for this Wildcat football team.
So Cassville has it at their own 9. Now they'll have to protect the football and try to get out of the hole. They pitch it to Preddy, and Preddy turns the corner. Takes it out to about the 11, maybe the 12. It's going to be a short gain on first down for Bowen Preddy. Looks like they do give him 3, and it'll bring up second down and 7.
Yeah, pretty good spot there. Preddy able to take that pitch and get around the edge just a little bit, creating a little more breathing room for this football team. Wildcats need a first down right here. Keep the chains moving, work their way down the field.
Yeah, after they set the chains, it was a good spot. That's a 4-yard gain. It'll bring up second down and 6. Split backfield, twin receivers to the left. Bates is going to run it himself. Off right tackle, takes on contact. He's across the 15 out to about the 16 or 17-yard line. as he is able to pick up about 4 more yards, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 2.
3rd and 2. It's interesting to see what adjustments were made at halftime up front for this Wildcat football team. Trying to clear some lanes for these running backs. Not a lot of yardage on the ground by any one back in the first half. The Wildcats finding a way to maintain a lead right here. This is a big 3rd down for them.
Yeah, Cassville unable to convert a 3rd down back in the first half. We'll see what they can do here. 3rd and 2 inside their own 20-yard line. Bates is going to keep it himself again, slips underneath and dives out to the 20, and that will be good for a 1st down. The Wildcat 1st down brought to you by Sears Hometown Store, locally owned and operated. Your appliance store where you can find great deals on refrigerators, freezers, cooking appliances, washers, dryers, dishwashers, and much more right there in Cassville.
Yeah, good time for the Wildcats to pick up a 3rd down in this football game. Great read by the quarterback, Bates, faking to the fullback, turned right up behind him, fought his way, 2nd effort, pick up that 1st down.
So 1st and 10 Cassville, the ball at the Wildcat 20-yard line. From the shotgun, twin receivers right and left. Bates rolls to the short side, looks down the middle. He's got a man, now throws into double coverage. A flag comes out as Bowen Preddy collides with Wilkerson and Tucker out at the 40-yard line, and a flag comes in from the back judge.
Yeah, I think you're going to see some pass interference right here. Wildcats going to pick up some more yardage here. Some would say the feet of defender and receiver were tangled up, but it is going to be pass interference. Wildcats trying to run a post route to Preddy right in the middle of the field, right in between the 2 safeties. The 2 safeties arriving a little bit early, knocking Preddy to the ground before the ball got there.
And that is going to be a 1st down for the Wildcats and a 15-yard penalty against the Tigers and move it out to the 35-yard line. 2nd flag against the Tigers for a total of 20 yards. It's only the 3rd penalty flag thrown tonight. We've had a really clean ball game. 9 minutes left to go, 3rd quarter. Cassville leading 10-7. Wildcats have it 1st and 10 at their own 35. Back to the I formation, a pair of receivers to the right side. They pitch to the left to Ferris. Ferris gets a kick-out block, makes a cut up at the 40, makes it out to the 45, takes on contact, and pushes out to the 47-yard line. And he has enough yardage for another 1st down. The Wildcat 1st down brought to you by Sears Hometown Store, your destination for all your home appliance and mattress needs. 99 Highway 37 South in Cassville.
A really nice run there by Ferris, taking that pitch, going left. Saw an opening, put that left foot in the ground and went straight downhill. Took on contact at the end of the run, got a little help there at the end of the run by his center in Troy Hagens. Picked up another 1st down. Nice job. Good drive being put together by the Wildcats so far.
Yeah, Cassville started back at their own 9. They pushed it out to the 46.5-yard line. Ferris gets the call. Off right tackle, blasts through the line of scrimmage, takes it across the 50 and into Tiger territory down to about the Lamar 48. It's a gain of nearly 5 yards for Ferris. Good pickup on 1st down. It'll bring up 2nd down. And another good spot as they do put it at the 48. It'll bring up 2nd down and 4.
Yeah, success on 1st down. It's like a broken record, Sammy, but success on 1st down is huge in this Wildcat offense.
We're down to 8 minutes now left to go in the 3rd quarter. They reset the tight end Barbie from the left around to the right side. And they run the ball that way. Ferris gets the call, and he is stacked up as soon as he hits the line of scrimmage. And it looks like he is going to be dropped for no gain on the play. And it'll bring up 3rd down and about 3.5 yards to go for the Wildcats.
Yep, not much room for Ferris to work with off the right side there. Took the handoff, tried to make a cut at the line of scrimmage, just wasn't able to go.
No gain on the play, 3rd and 4 Wildcats.
Another big 3rd down in this drive. Wildcats finding a way to move the chains. They need to find a way right here.
3rd down and 3.5 for Cassville. They've converted 1 3rd down. Let's see if they can do it again. They pitch the ball to Ferris. He's got Kanan leading the way. Lamar comes flying in with 3 defenders, though. Wilkerson and Tucker with a lot of speed flying to the football. They hit Ferris and drop him short of the 45-yard line. It's a gain of only 2, and it'll bring up 4th and 1.
4th and a full 1, Sammy. Full yard there at least. Wildcats still have the offense on the field. We'll see what they do right here. And they're going to run a play. Wildcats head coach Parnell knows the importance of this drive here. Play clock down to 9. Wildcats just breaking the huddle.
So here we go, halfway through the third quarter, a big fourth down play just over into Lamar territory. 4th and 1 for Cassville. They try to get the Tigers to jump, and now time expires, I believe, on the play clock. We've got a flag from the back judge, and it will be delay of game against Cassville. You had mentioned there was only 9 seconds on the play clock, and they didn't get the snap done in time. That'll move it back onto the Cassville side of the 50 and turn a 4th and short into a 4th and long.
The Wildcats have an opportunity right here with a good punt to flip the field, get it back in their favor. The snap, very important in the punt game.
Good snap this time. Reese gets a high kick, but into that wind now. Bounces at the 25, takes a Cassville roll, but does not make it to the 20 as it kind of went sideways instead of down the field, and Lamar will have it about their own 22 or 23-yard line.
Yeah, really needed a little more drive on the football, not so much height. Had a good angle, and we'll see Coach Parnell out talking with the official right now. Not sure what that conversation's about. But DJ White was also over there in that conversation.
Only a 31-yard kick that time, no return. 1st and 10 Tigers at their own 22. Cassville leading 10-7 here. 6:07 left to go in the third quarter. Tonight's third quarter brought to you by J&M Pallet Company, where they repair used pallets, build and design new pallets. You can call J&M Pallet Company at 847-6732. That's 847-6732. Tigers running the football. Up the middle they go. And outside now is the running back, Dante Stahl. He plowed right into the middle, and then the next thing you know, he bounces outside, takes it across the 30 out to the 35, and picks up a first down.
Yeah, broke 2 tackles right at the line of scrimmage. And it's tough to tackle these big, strong running backs when you're just grabbing at jersey. You've got to find a way to get a body into them and bring them down.
It's a gain of 13. 1st and 10 Tigers at their own 35-yard line. They snap the ball to Tucker this time. He tries the middle of the field and is stopped short of the 40. Picks up 4 yards to the 39.
Much better job that time, the Wildcat defense. Well, Lamar continuing to just line up and run the football right at the Wildcats.
So 2nd down and about 6.5, 7 yards to go for Lamar. The ball just inside their own 40-yard line. Down to 5 minutes now left to play here in the third quarter. Cassville to 10-7 lead. Tucker going to run the option with Bishop. He pitches the ball to Bishop, and there are 2 Wildcats right there to swarm him and bring him down for a loss.
Yeah, really nice job reading the play by the Wildcat defense. Looked like Hayward and also White over the corner on that side. Great job reading the play, forcing the quarterback to pitch, and then being there to bring the ball carrier down.
It's a loss of nearly 2, and it'll bring up 3rd down and nearly 9 to go. 3rd and long for the Tigers.
Great opportunity here for the Wildcats if they can get the Tigers off the field.
Neither team has had a lot of success on 3rd down tonight. They haven't faced a lot of those opportunities, but when they have, the numbers have been against them. A high snap to Tucker. He's going to run the option to the short side, keeps it himself, trying to get to the edge, and Cassville again with a nice job defensively to get a lot of bodies in running lanes, and they drop Tucker after a gain of only about 4 yards to the 41.
Yeah, really good job over there stretching the play. Looked like Hayward again in on the play, also Ewing in there in the middle of that.
So after a big opening drive here in the second half, Tigers pushing the ball all the way down to the 1 and then fumbled. Now the 2 teams are going to trade punts, and Cassville looks to get it back, but as we mentioned with Wilkerson back there, your punter, you could never take it for granted that he is going to kick the football. Good snap this time. Cassville dropping back, trying to set up a return. Tucker angles it away from DJ White. It takes another nice roll. It's still rolling, and finally DJ White dives on it to stop it because it was going to go all the way inside the 10 if he doesn't stop that football, and he stops it at the 14.
Yeah, heads-up play right there. Probably made Coach Parnell's heart skip a beat as he went for that football, but he saw exactly what you were saying. The ball was rolling at a pretty good clip. A couple of Lamar players right there, but White, a lot of confidence, right on the ground, covered up the football, saved his team probably 10 yards.
A 45-yard kick, no return. Cassville takes over at their own 14-yard line. 3:36 left to go, third quarter. Cassville leading 10-7. I formation behind Bates. They give it off to the tailback, Preddy. Preddy hit behind the line of scrimmage, gets away from that man, busted outside, and is finally tripped up just shy of the 30-yard line. So Preddy able to pick up about 4, maybe 5 yards. Looks like they are going to give him close to 5, and it'll bring up 2nd down and 5. Cassville with the ball at their own 19-yard line.
Ferris has gotten the lion's share of the carries tonight. Preddy has had a few, been used primarily on defense. We really haven't seen Preddy be able to get loose and really show that speed in the open field outside of the long touchdown reception.
Yeah, Preddy unofficially 38 yards on 7 carries. Cassville again with the ground attack. And this time Bates, the quarterback, keeps it for the Wildcats. Going to be stopped just short of the first down as he gets it out to the 22 for a pickup of 3.
Yeah, physical football going on out there tonight, Sammy. Both sides really playing hard tonight. It's been a good football game to watch.
So 3rd down and about 1.5 yards to go for Cassville. We're under 2.5 left to go here in the third quarter. Cassville with the 10-7 lead. Wildcats split the backfield behind Bates. He's going to now fake the handoff and run in behind both running backs. And the ball comes free. There's a scramble for it. Lamar says they got it. Bates came out the backside of the pile, but he didn't have the football. And we still don't have an official signal. I'm looking for the referee. He's talking with the umpire, and now he signals Tiger football. So each team has fumbled the football. And Lamar's going to get it back inside Cassville's 25-yard line.
Yeah, tough play right at the tail end of the play. Tiger defender came flying in, was able to jar that football loose. The Wildcats not able to recover it, and the Tigers take over deep in Wildcat territory. Just over 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
They spot it down at the Cassville 22. The Tigers will have it, trailing 10-7 with 2 minutes left to go, third quarter. Snap goes to Stahl. Stahl stutter steps at the line of scrimmage, tries to get a little extra time to find a hole to run through, but the Wildcats plug all the seams defensively, and Stahl is able to only get down to the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 2 yards.
Yeah, better job there. Looks like a flag on the play, possibly. We'll see what. Yeah. Tigers got an early start right there. Going to move in the wrong direction. The Wildcats will take that.
So that will move it back to the 26-yard line. And it'll bring up 1st and 15.
1st and 15, Tigers.
Takes away the 2-yard gain by Stahl. They snap the ball to Stahl again. He gives on the inside to Bishop. Bishop gets away from a man behind the line of scrimmage and then fights inside the 25, but will not get to the 20. May have got back close to the 22, which is kind of where they started. And it looks like they say his knee went down about the 23 after a pickup of 3.
Yeah, and another play where the Wildcats had the ball carrier in the backfield, just not able to secure the tackle.
Griffith approaching 100 yards now. Of course, he had almost 40 on the one carry, but he's now got 98 yards unofficially on 8 carries. They give the ball to Wilkerson. Wilkerson around the right end with blockers in front, takes it down to the 15-yard line as he is able to pick up 8 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and about 5 to go. Wilkerson now 71 yards on the night on 6 carries.
At times tonight we've seen this offensive line of the Tigers do a good job of sealing the edge, and we saw it right there as Wilkerson was able to get around the right side.
So 3rd and 3. Hull goes in motion. He gets the handoff from Tucker, spins away from one man, pushing ahead, gets inside the 10, breaks the tackle line as the second effort and surge gets it inside the 5, and once again Lamar's down at the 1.
Just a lot of effort on that run by the Tigers. And there's another penalty flag in the backfield. And we'll see what this penalty is.
And I correct myself, that was Logan Crockett on the carry there for the Tigers. And we've got a flag thrown back around the 10-yard line. The referee coming out, now going to signal. And, well, I said it was a rugby scrum, and in rugby you're allowed to push the guy forward. But in football, when it gets to a certain point, you're not allowed to do that anymore, and that's what was going on. They were shoving him forward, all of his teammates trying to help him out, and they got a penalty for it.
Yeah, so that takes him from the 1 out to about the
15.
Yeah, so again, Wildcats catch a break from this Tiger offense.
That's the 4th flag of the night thrown against Lamar. So it'll bring up 3rd down and 3 at the 15-yard line with 20 seconds left to go here in the 3rd quarter. Cassville leading 10-7. Stahl gets the snap, fakes the pitch, runs it up the middle, and Dante Stahl is upended at the 11 after a gain of 4.
And we will see if they got enough. It looks like it's going to be a little short, maybe a half a yard short, 4th down.
Well, they will have a little chance to check to the sidelines here as the quarter comes to an end. After 3 quarters of play from Lamar, Cassville leading the Tigers 10-7. We'll step aside and be back with quarter number 4 right after this. You're listening to Big 8 Football here on the Talon Network. Into the 4th quarter, Lamar with possession of the football. It'll be 4th down at the Cassville 11. And now Lamar swapping ends of the field with the change of quarters will be going into the wind. They would have had the wind at their back if they wanted to try a field goal attempt. But now they will be going into the wind, and on 4th and 1, the Tigers are lining up to go for it. Tucker's all alone at quarterback this time in the backfield. They go unbalanced left, the short side of the field. They run the ball back to the right, and a big hole opens up for Tucker. He's inside the 5, pushing to the end zone, and he takes it in for the score.
Just another violent run by a Tiger ball carrier. Tucker taking all kinds of contact, able to bounce his way across the goal line, and a touchdown here to start the 4th quarter for the Tigers.
So Case Tucker gets his first score of the night from 11 yards out. And Lamar retakes the lead, 13-10. Tigers led 7-0. Cassville tied it at 7. Then a field goal by Reese gave the Wildcats the lead 10-7. Now a touchdown run of 11 yards by Tucker has Lamar back on top. We've got a new extra point kicker, and that is Henry Alberto. And he kicks it up and through to make it 14-10 Lamar with only 5 seconds gone here in the 4th quarter. 11:55 left to play. Tigers back on top, 14-10 over the Wildcats. They take advantage of the Cassville fumble. 7 plays, 22 yards. They overcome a penalty and punch it in for the touchdown.
Well, they've been moving the ball the entire second half. The 3rd quarter, they moved the ball up and down the field. Wildcats kept catching break after break after break. Finally, Tigers able to punch one in. Now the Wildcats are going to get the football back, have an opportunity to do something right here. They need to work their way down the field. They need to find a way to get some points on the board.
We are in the 4th quarter. Tonight's 4th quarter brought to you by the barbecue station on the north side of the Cassville Square, 900 Main Street. The best Texas-style barbecue served every day right here in the Ozarks. You can also call them for all your catering needs at 847-0470. The barbecue station in Cassville. Juan Juarez to kick things off for the Tigers. Ferris and Preddy and DJ White back deep. DJ White going to get the return as he brings it out from his own 14-yard line. Brings it back to the middle of the field and is upended at around the 25.
Well, Wildcat offense comes out on the field.
They'll take over at their own 24 here as they find themselves trailing once again, this time by 4 points, 14-10. With a lot of time left in this game, 11:50 to go here in the fourth quarter.
Certainly.
Wildcats with the wind at their back now here in the fourth quarter. Up to the line of scrimmage. Devin Bates from the shotgun. He's got Ferris off his right hip, unbalanced left, and they run back around to the short side of the field. And the Lamar defense is right there to meet Zach Kanan. They drop him for no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, 3 defenders right there. Different formation for the Wildcats, trying to run a little misdirection and then come back around the right side. And Lamar waiting right there for Kanan, nowhere to go.
Zach Kanan, the leading yard gainer for Cassville, rushing for over 600 yards on the season. He's been held to just 13 here tonight. You think they've got a scouting report out for number 23?
Well, they're so big on the interior. The Wildcats aren't running the ball at them a whole lot tonight. They're trying to hit the edge, use some speed if they can. Right here, Wildcats false start, going to move in the other direction. You got to take a step back and take a breath and calm down right here. Realize there's over 11 minutes to go in this game.
Third flag against Cassville, this one for 5 yards. It'll move them back to the 19-yard line. Second down and 15 for Cassville. Still have 11 minutes left to play. 14-10. Lamar's back on top here. In the fourth quarter, they pitch the ball to Ferris. He's got a blocker leading the way. Ferris drives his way out to the 25, dives across the 25, maybe to the 26.
I'll tell you, and he's taking some shots at the tail end of his runs. Tough kid, just keeps getting back up, ready for the next play.
A gain of 7 yards for Ferris. He's now got 50 yards on 9 carries, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 8. The penalty has gotten Cassville in a bit of a hole here, and we'll see if they can break out of it. Big 3rd down play right here. Lamar trying to get the ball back, leading by 4, and Cassville calls for a timeout. The Wildcat timeout brought to you by Superior Metal. If you're looking for a steel building, shop, or roof that will defend against the elements, Superior Metal, Highway 76, south of Cassville. 14-10 with 10 minutes left to go here in the fourth quarter. Tonight's fourth quarter brought to you by the Barbecue Station, 900 Main on the north side of the Cassville Square. They serve chicken, ribs, beef, and pork with sides and desserts. They're open Tuesday through Saturday, 11 to 8. Call 847-0470. The Barbecue Station, where one bite will put them at your top of your list of favorite places to eat. So a big 3rd down play coming up here for Cassville. They trail by 4. And we'll see what offensive coordinator Clay Weldy can draw up for the Wildcat offense. Tiger defense will try to counter over here.
Well, again, a lot of time left in the game, Sammy. Not really a time to take a chance and try to force something, have a turnover right here. If it's not there, go ahead and punt the football away, give your defense an opportunity, but don't turn the football over this part of the football field.
They go from the shotgun. They've got 3 receivers. Pass underneath to DJ White. A sliding catch made out at the 35-yard line, and he turns it across to the 36 and picks up the first down. The Wildcat first down brought to you by Sears Hometown Store in Cassville. Washers, dryers, appliances, refrigerators, freezers. You'll find it all. 99 Highway 37 South, Cassville, Missouri.
Well, that slant to DJ White has been the bread and butter in his passing game most of the season. First time we've seen it tonight. Really nice route by White. Got in front of the corner. Great throw by Bates, giving his receiver a chance to catch the ball and nobody else.
They needed 9. They got 10, and now going to run the football. Ferris breaks away from a defender who had a handful of jersey. We talk about the speed of Jericho Ferris. He's showing his power here as he drives across the 40-yard line out to the 41, maybe the 42. He would not go down.
Yeah, great job by Ferris right there. And I don't know if that may have come out at the end of the play, but it looked like the ball may have squirted out there. Wildcats do maintain possession after a hard run by Ferris.
Yeah, when they came up off the pile, one of the Cassville linemen had the football.
Looked like it was Rybert that had the ball in the bottom of the pile.
So a gain of 6, 2nd down and 4. Bates going to run it himself after he fakes a handoff, and he ducks in behind the offensive line and sneaks his way across the 45 out to about the 46, maybe the 47. It's going to be very close to another first down. We'll see where they spot this one. Looks like they do signal first down Cassville, so the chains will move once again at the 47-yard line after a gain of 5.
Well, nice job keeping the drive alive, picking up a big first down. Wildcats don't need to be in a hurry, plenty of time. They just need to execute.
Still 8.5 left to play in the ball game, 14-10. Lamar with the lead. Wildcats 1st and 10 at their own 47-yard line. Bates again from the shotgun, rolling to his left, throws underneath, and the pass is incomplete. Trying to hit Jericho Ferris coming out of the backfield, and the ball is dropped over there on the far side.
Ferris just tried to take off. He was there wide open. He just tried to take off before he secured the football. Simple as that.
That'll bring up 2nd down and 10 for Cassville. The clock stopped after the incomplete pass. 8.5 left to play here in the 4th quarter. Drake Reese, receiver this time to the right side. DJ White goes wide left. They set back up in the I formation. Kanan and Ferris right up the middle. A big hole opened up by the offensive line. He's across the 50 into Tiger territory down to the Lamar 44-yard line.
A really good job that time. Looked like Hunter Chastain clearing his man out of the way. Ferris able to duck right up inside him. Good hard run, nearly picking up that first down.
It's a gain of 9 yards, and it'll bring up 3rd and 1.
Again, it's just all about execution right here, Sammy. No need to be in a hurry. No need to press. Execute, pick up the first down, get a new set of downs.
Kanan, your fullback, Ferris the tailback. They give the ball to Ferris, runs in behind Kanan, has the first down as the surge pushes all the way down to the 40-yard line. A gain of 4 yards for Ferris. Wildcat first down brought to you by Sears Hometown Store. You'll find everything you need for your home and outdoor space, all at great prices with the support of their friendly and knowledgeable staff.
Well, this coaching staff is putting a lot of faith in this offensive line of the Wildcats, saying, all right, boys, let's get off the football, let's move this defensive line back, and let's run the ball down the field.
1st and 10 Cassville at the Lamar 40. Bates fakes the handoff to Ferris, looks down the middle. He's got Preddy caught down at the 20-yard line. Bowen Preddy makes the reception and turns it upfield at the 18.
Nice job. Preddy got inside his man. The ball delivered on time. Preddy went down to a knee to catch that football. Goes off to the sideline. Little hitch in his get along, but looks to be okay. But another nice throw by Bates right in the middle of the football field.
It's a gain of 22. 1st and 10 Cassville at the Lamar 18. We're down to 7:15 left to go in the 4th quarter. Lamar leading 14-10. Wildcats moving the football. I formation behind Bates. Bates fakes it to Kanan. Tries to run it himself and runs into 2 Tiger defenders as he is wrapped up trying to go around the left end.
That is the line of scrimmage by Trace Wilhite. And number 45.
Yeah, short gain there on first down. Defended very well by the Tigers.
It's a gain of only 1, and it'll bring up 2nd and 9 from the Tiger 17. Down to 6.5 now left to play. A 4-point lead for the home team. Lamar on top 14-10. Wildcats drive started back at their own 24. They've got it down to the Tiger 17. Bates gives it off to Ferris. Ferris rambles inside the 25, or excuse me, the 15. Takes it down to about the 12. As it's a gain of nearly 5 yards, and it'll bring up 3rd and 4.
Well, I'll tell you, Ferris is going to feel this all weekend. He's taking a beating out there, but every time he gets the ball, he continues to run hard. Very impressed with Jericho Ferris tonight.
This drive into the red zone brought to you by Roark Diesel. Since 2006, they've been providing Cassville and surrounding area with a huge selection of diesel performance products. Find them online at roarkdiesel.com or call 847-6560. Ferris gets the handoff again behind and pulled backwards. And it's going to be no gain on the play for the Wildcats, and here comes another big decision. 4th down and 3.
Yeah, with 5.5 minutes to go in the game, you've got to think this is 4-down territory for the Wildcats, don't you, Sammy? The field goal doesn't even tie the game. I think the Wildcats have to go for it here, try to pick up this first down. This could be the game.
4th and 3 from the 12. Lamar stays with the 4-man front. And Cassville now calls a timeout. Offensive coordinator Clay Weldy not happy with something there. I don't know whether it was a personnel issue or a formation issue, but he calls a timeout. 5:09 left to play. Cassville down by 4, facing 4th and 3 from inside the 20-yard line. Timeout on the field brought to you by Superior Metal. For all of your roofing and storage shed needs, check out Superior Metal, Highway 76, south of Cassville.
You know, this situation right here, is it a situation where you try to put the football in one of your best players' hands? Do you give DJ White an opportunity in one-on-one coverage out here to make a play? Wildcats are on the far hash mark. They've got a lot of field to work with heading towards the Lamar sideline. Maybe a situation where you bring White in motion from left to right, maybe try to get him out in the flat and outrun somebody and deliver the ball out in front of him to either score or try to pick up this first down. I think you got to try to go with your best player right here.
So here we go, 4th and 3 from this 12-yard line. They line up in the shotgun. Kanan off the right hip of Bates. 3 receivers to the left side. Bates pump fakes, dumps it off to Kanan, and it's off his hands at the 10-yard line. And a big hit put on by Trace Wilhite. Kanan, even if he makes the reception, he still would have had to pick up about another yard. He would have had to power through Wilhite, but Wilhite arrives at the same time of the football, and it's an incomplete pass, and the Tigers take over.
Well, kind of a strange play call there, Sammy. I'm not real sure, even coming out of the timeout, that everyone was on the same page as they had to bring their tight end back across, really overload the left side, trying to get DJ White open in a one-on-one situation, and then they run Kanan out of the backfield and just not able to complete the pass.
Tigers running on first down, trying to get out from the shadow of their own goal post. And now the defense for the Wildcats is going to have to come up with a stop as we're under 5 minutes left to play. Lamar on top by 4 points, 14-10.
Yeah, situation right here where you're asking your defense to come up big, get the football back, and they may not have a whole lot of time winning if they can get the football back. But they've got to stop them. They can't give up any first downs here.
2nd down and 6. And the Tigers are suddenly becoming clock managers as they're going to let the play clock run down as much as possible. Tucker and Stahl, the twin quarterbacks, and the snap goes to Tucker. Tucker with the trail back, breaks a tackle. He's across the 20, still on his feet, out across the 25, takes it across the 30 to the 31 and picks up a first down.
Yeah, another strong run by Tucker. Boy, he runs the ball hard, Sammy. He just wraps both arms around that football, and those legs never stop moving, churning down the field. Huge first down picked up right there. Just over 4 minutes to go in this game.
Yeah, they've got him listed at 5'10", but he's 190, 195 pounds, a very powerful package, and we saw it right there.
Yeah, absolutely. We've seen it several times tonight. Wildcats, 1 timeout left. They can stop the clock once.
It's a gain of 15, first down for Lamar as they get out of a hole. And now they snap the ball to Stahl, and Stahl tries right tackle. Pyle plunges forward, but is stopped short of the 35. 35.
You're getting to the point now where these defenders need to start reaching and ripping, trying anything they can to get the football loose. They try to force a turnover here.
They put him down at the 34 for a gain of 3. It'll bring up 2nd down and 7. We're down to 3:20 now left to play. Still 15 seconds left in the play clock, so Lamar trying to milk as many seconds off the clock as possible, leading by 4. Cassville with the 4-man front as well. They've got 4 men up behind the defensive line. A busted tackle in the backfield, and a first down for the Tigers as Cade Griffith, that was J.D. Bishop on the carry. takes it across the 45 out to the 47.
Yeah, just a story of missed tackles, Sammy. I don't know how many times tonight Wildcats have been able to make contact with a Tiger ball carrier in the backfield and just not able to secure the tackle. Just many, many times tonight, Wildcats have been in position, just not able to bring the ball carriers down first contact.
It's a gain of 14 and a big first down picked up by the Tigers. 1st and 10 at their own 48. Again, letting as many ticks off the clock as possible before they snap the football. They snap the ball this time to Stahl. Gives it on the end around to Wilkerson. Wilkerson wrapped up as he gets to the line of scrimmage. Dives ahead to the 49. Good job over there on that side by Jacob Olberts, getting to the legs of Griffith and dropping him after a gain of 1.
Well, and that's what you have to do. You have to get into the hips and into the legs, wrap up. And the Wildcats just have not done a very good job of that throughout the night. And it's just, that's just kind of the story. And it's what we're seeing right here, not able to get the Tigers off the field. We're just under 2 minutes to go now.
2nd down and 9 at the Tiger 49-yard line. Lamar with possession and a 4-point lead. Cassville needs to get the ball back. Defense has got to come up with a stop here. Case Tucker, right up the middle he goes, and he's in Cassville territory as he takes it down to the Wildcat 40, picks up a first down, and that may have sealed the deal right there. 1:40 still left to go, but a big first down run from Case Tucker.
And the Wildcats still have that timeout. They can stop the clock one time, but now we're in a minute and a half. And we'll see what head coach Parnell decides to do.
Well, they started at their own 12, and they picked up 3 big first downs and moved it to the Cassville 39, leading by 4. Play clock down to 6 seconds. Wilkerson in motion. Snap goes to Tucker. Gives on the inside, handoff to J.D. Bishop. Bishop slides his way down to the 35-yard line, picks up 4 yards. So Bishop now unofficially with 43 yards on the night, rushing, and Cassville uses the timeout, stopping the clock with 1:07 left to go. Well, Seneca came to Lamar and beat the Tigers by 4, and right now Lamar leading Cassville by 4 with 67 ticks on the clock. A very balanced attack. You've got 5 Tiger running backs with 40 or more yards rushing tonight.
Yep, they just keep coming at you, and all of them run the ball hard.
Yeah, Stahl, one of the quarterbacks with over 60. Tucker, the other quarterback, over 60. Griffith leading the way with nearly 100 yards. Bishop and Wilkerson with 43 and 71, respectively.
Yeah. Wildcats use their final timeout. 1:07 to go. 2nd down in about 6.5.
Tigers need one more first down, and they can run out the clock. Cassville will try to stop them. A high snap, pulled down by Tucker, and Tucker running in behind a wall of blockers, moves it inside the 30, down to the 27, and that will be a first down for Lamar.
That should do it, Sammy. They can kneel this one out. Hard-fought football game tonight on both sides.
8 yards on the gain by Tucker, and they will have to snap the ball one more time as we're down to 45 seconds left to play. They let the play clock tick away so they can make sure they only have to snap it one time. Play clock down to 5 seconds, and now Stahl takes a knee, and that will do it. The Lamar Tigers have avenged their loss from a year ago at the hands of Cassville, as Lamar scores early in the 4th quarter, and they make that touchdown stand up and win it 14-10. Lamar improves to 7-2. Cassville falls to 7-2 to close out the regular season.
Yep, tough, hard-fought game. Both teams probably left points on the board on either side. But I tell you what, if you like a physical football game, you got to see one tonight, and somebody had to win it. And Tigers on senior night able to get it done.
14-10, Tigers pick up the victory over the Wildcats. And now it's on to the district playoffs. Postseason begins in district next Friday night, and Cassville will have a home game. And right now it appears it'll be the Aurora Hound Dogs. We'll know officially here within a few hours who their opponent will be. But they fall tonight here on the road to Lamar, 14-10. We'll step aside and be back with the postgame. You're listening to Big 8 Football here on the Talon Network. The Tigers win tonight over the Cassville Wildcats by a score of 14-10, as the only points put on the board in the second half coming from the home team. Cassville led 10-7 at halftime with a field goal from Drake Reese with 6 seconds left to go before the break, giving the Wildcats the lead. It would stay that way. Lamar would take the opening possession of the second half and drive it right down the field to the 1-yard line, but they fumbled, and Cassville turned them away. But then on their third possession of the second half, they take advantage of a Cassville fumble. They get the ball inside the Cassville 30-yard line, and they drive it down and score, and that proves to be the winning points of the night. Coming early on in the fourth quarter, just 5 seconds into the fourth quarter, that 11-yard run from Case Tucker. Then the defenses battled back and forth. Cassville put together a really nice drive, drove it down inside the 15 in the fourth quarter, but turned it over on downs, and Lamar then is able to get the ball. They pick up 3 big first downs on that final drive and run out the clock.
Yeah, Wildcats in that final drive just were not able to get the Tiger offense off the field and get the ball back in their offense's hands. Give credit to Lamar. They played very physical tonight. Their backs ran really, really hard, and they just came out on top. 4-point ball game, very evenly matched, I'd say. These two teams, and the Tigers on their home field get the victory.
Looking at the final team stats, Lamar running the ball 45 times for 370 yards. They did not throw a pass tonight. They picked up 370 yards of offense, all on the ground, 16 first downs, 1 turnover coming on a fumble. They were penalized 4 times for 35 yards and punted twice for a 49-yard average. Cassville, 39 carries for 168 yards. They were 5 of 12 through the air for 124 for a total of 292 yards of offense. They picked up 14 first downs. They also had a turnover on a fumble. They were penalized 3 times for 15 yards and punted 4 times for a 38-yard average. Lamar, a very balanced attack tonight. Cade Griffith had 9 carries for 99 yards. Case Tucker, 75 yards on 13 carries and a touchdown. Dante Stahl, 64 yards on 10 carries. Austin Wilkerson had 71 yards on 6 carries. J.D. Bishop, 43 yards on 6 carries. Had 1 carry for 18 yards on the night. For Cassville, they were led by Jericho Ferris, 75 yards rushing on 14 carries. Devin Bates had 42 yards on 12 carries. Bowen Preddy, 38 yards on 8 carries. And Zach Kanan held to 13 yards tonight on 5 carries. Bowen Preddy also had 3 catches for 86 yards and a touchdown. And DJ White had 2 catches for 38 yards on the night.
Yeah, just, just a tough game, Sammy. Very physical. Again, both sides are going to be feeling it tomorrow. Going to probably soak in some ice a little bit and get rid of some of the soreness. And hopefully both sides heading into the playoffs come out of this one pretty healthy. And hopefully both teams have success in the playoffs moving forward.
14-10, Lamar wins it here tonight over Cassville. Other scores around the Big 8. Monette defeats Nevada 49-0. Reed Spring had a 35-7 lead over Aurora. That one has not gone final. None of these other ones are finals as of yet. Most of them are fourth quarter scores. Mount Vernon on top of Hollister 34-7. Seneca over McDonald County 34-14. Springfield Catholic and East Newton in a battle. The Irish over the Patriots right now 28-21 in the fourth. And Marshfield all over Rogersville 41-7. Again, none of those games final besides the Monette game. All of those are second half scores, but the Monette Cubs did win tonight over Nevada, and they finished the year at 7-2. Their only losses to Seneca and Cassville, and Monette with the victory 49-0 tonight over Nevada.
Yeah, Monette's losses were to Mount Vernon.
Mount Vernon, excuse me, Mount Vernon, yes. Mount Vernon, the first game of the year, they lost there in the closing seconds.
And like I said, the top 4 teams in the Big 8 West, you could throw them all in a hat and pick them out because all 4 of those teams could beat each other on any given night, in my opinion. Very tough top half of the Big 8 West. Very, very tough battles between all 4 of those teams.
Yeah, and I'm trying to think, Seneca, their overall record, are they 7-2 as well?
I believe they've lost 3. I believe Mount Vernon,
Monette. And what was the other one? I cannot think. I'd have to go back and look at that
Springfield
one.
Catholic, was it Catholic?
Oh, the Irish, yeah. They had the early lead against the Irish, and then the Irish came
Yes.
back in the second half. So, yes. So, I was thinking, was another team in the Big 8 West going to finish 7-2? But, yeah, that's right. So, they finish at 6-3. But Cassville, Lamar, and Monette all finishing 7-2. And right now, Monette and Seneca with only the 1 loss in the Big 8 West standings.
Right.
Lamar wins it here tonight, 14-10. We will step aside, let you hear from our sponsors as we continue on with our post-game here from Thomas O'Sullivan Stadium, and then we'll be back to wrap things up. Of Cassville, Coach Lance Parnell here in the post-game show. The interview with Coach Parnell brought to you by the law office of John A. Leewright. They want everyone to remember, if you don't talk, you may walk, and to call 417-847-2177. That's 847-2177. Well, Coach, another typical hitting physical game tonight between Lamar and Cassville, and the Tigers get a score early in the fourth quarter, and that one ended up standing up and being the game winner.
It did, just your typical physical Big 8 ball game tonight. I tip my hat to Lamar. Good program. Coach Bailey does a great job, and they came out tonight and came out with a win and a tight ball game. One of those ball games that well played on both sides. It's hate to see somebody's got to lose it. Unfortunately, we came up on the short end.
Looked early on like there was going to be a lot of points scored here tonight. Lamar takes their opening drive, march it right down the field, scores. Cassville on their second possession. You guys take it right down the field and score. But then the defenses started to take over after that. A couple of times you forced them into field goal attempts. They missed them both. Right before halftime, they forced you into a field goal try, and you were able to make that, and you led by 3 at the break.
Yeah, that was a big drive for us right before half, and Drake kicked a clutch field goal right before half to give us the 10-7 lead. It kind of turned into a defensive struggle there for about 2.5 quarters, and you knew that little things would be big in this ball game, and they were, from just little missed tackles or a turnover here and there. I mean, the little things were really big, and when you got two really good football teams like that, it's usually the team that makes the fewest mistakes wins, and that's probably what happened tonight.
Second half started kind of like the first half. They marched the ball right down the field, but this time the defense comes up with a big hit inside the 5, and Bowen Preddy, Johnny on the spot, dives on the loose football, and it ended up there were only 2 turnovers on the night. Both of them proved pivotal. You guys keep them off the scoreboard with that turnover, but then the turnover against Cassville came at a bad spot on the field and gave them a short field to work with.
And turnovers are never good, but I was really proud of our effort defensively. At times we're struggling on the edge a little bit, but I thought our kids 3 different times really did a nice job of bowing up and, getting stops, 2 of them with missed field goals and then forcing the turnover down here, we were able to keep points on board, keep ourselves in the ball game, and gives ourselves a chance.
That was really nice, too, because it seemed like they would start getting a little momentum going their way, and they were moving the football, and then suddenly you guys had shut it off and make them, as you said, have to try to those field goals, and then got the turnover.
Yeah, never exactly my plan defensively to let them have a little bit of momentum and then try to shut them off, because that's just them executing, doing a good job offensively. That's a tough offense to defend, and I was proud of our kids. I thought we fought. I thought we played really well inside from our 2 D tackles and inside guys, and we struggled a little bit on the edge at times. They were able to get the edge on us in some perimeter game, but thought our kids made some good adjustments. Our coaches did a nice job on the sideline trying to get our kids in good position, and I thought they played much better up until the drive there in the fourth quarter.
Bowen Preddy on the night, over 100 yards of total offense once again for the second consecutive week. He catches the touchdown pass for you. He had another nice night offensively. And I tell you, Jericho Ferris continues to impress week after week as we go through the season. we talked about early in the season, we always knew he had the speed, and now he's turning into some of the power runs as well, taking on contact, getting extra yards after being hit, and he finishes with over 75 yards tonight.
I thought he played really, really well for us tonight, especially offensively. You know, he was known as more of the perimeter back when he was younger and more of a speed guy. Excuse me, but he got some really, really tough yards tonight and ran the ball extremely hard. Uh, Super proud of that young man. You know, like I said, I thought we played well offensively. We just sputtered a couple times, you know, down at the wrong time, down in the red zone, and you know, but you're going to do that against a good defense like Lamar.
Yeah, and offensively for them, they had a couple of guys that have really improved over the years. Some names we've come to recognize, Dante Stahl and Case Tucker. Those guys have turned into like wrecking balls when they get the football. They just go flying through, and they are hard to bring down.
Well, and that's been Coach Bailey's MO for a long time is to put a couple of physical, hard runners back there at his two quarterback spots and just run downhill at you. That hasn't changed this year with those two young men. They did a really nice job.
Well, another successful regular season, 7 victories, and now it all starts over with district playoffs next Friday night, and you get a home game.
We do. You know, it's time to turn the page. I know nothing will be official till tomorrow evening, but you know, looking at these results, it looks like we'll be the 2 seed and more than likely host Aurora at home next week. You know, that's what I just talked to our kids about. Tonight did not have the ending that we wanted. You know, we came up a little short tonight, but the good thing is we still have football in front of us. And like we talked about after our loss at Seneca, that we would learn from it and improve, and we did that. You know, we've gotten better and better and better since that Week 4 loss, and I fully expect this group of young men to come back to work on Monday and focus on the mistakes that we made tonight and look forward to district time and continue to get better and see what we can do in districts.
Yeah, because just like a difficult regular season through the Big Eight, now it's reset and refocus for a difficult district. You got Monette, you got Seneca, teams that you've already faced, and then a team you haven't faced that's unbeaten, Mount Vernon. So a very difficult district to play as well.
It's kind of a brutal district. It's pretty tough.
It is.
So yeah, I mean it's and there's several more teams there that on any given night can give you grief. So yeah, it's time to we'll go back to work tomorrow and look forward to first round of districts at our place and. You know, be ready to go again next Friday night.
All right, well, we'll let you go. We know you got a long trip back and let you get your kids and get out of here. We appreciate your time, and we'll catch up with you next week as we get ready for first week of district playoffs.
Thanks a lot, Sammy. I want to say thanks to all of our fans that traveled north up here to Lamar. You guys were awesome. Susie and the girls, I love you. You all be careful going home, and I'll see you after a while.
Post-game interview with Coach Parnell brought to you by the Law Office of John A. Leewright. Their professional personnel believe in your rights to a fair hearing and representing you with the utmost expertise, integrity, and excellence. Phone 847-2177. One quick break. We'll be back to hand out our post-game awards and wrap things up for Lamar. You're listening to Big A Football here on the Talon Network. Sullivan Stadium one final time here this evening. Time to hand out our post-game awards. First of all, our hard hit of the night brought to you by B&K Auto Body. They offer you 24-hour towing, certified technicians when your vehicle has been smashed by a hard hit. They also offer car rental. B&K Auto Body, free computerized Cade Hayward. He had the big hit early on in this ball game, and that ended up standing the test of time. Cade Hayward getting our hard hit of the night. Again, brought to you by B&K Auto Body. They offer claims assistance with all major insurances. They also offer current paint and matching techniques. Again, making it look like new. B&K Auto Body, phone 847-3990. Our Wildcat Player of the Game is brought to you by Fast Trip, 104 South Main in Cassville. Great prices and friendly service is what you'll find at Fast Trip. Stop by today, locally owned by Mike and Anita Carr. Our Player of the Game is Bowen Preddy. 38 yards unofficially rushing on 8 carries. He had 3 catches for 86 yards and a touchdown. He also had a fumble recovery tonight. He is our Wildcat Player of the Game, brought to you by Fast Trip in Cassville, locally owned by Mike and Anita Carr. Tigers win it tonight 14-10, and they improved to 7-2. Cassville falls to 7 as we were looking at the scores. Of course, Misha will tabulate everything, but as we see it, Cassville will get the number 2 seed. Mount Vernon and Monette, both Monette's already won. Mount Vernon winning, so it looks like the Mountaineers will stay as the 1 seed. Monette will stay slight percentage points ahead, but with the head-to-head, Cassville the victory over Monette during the regular season, they're going to get that number 2 seed, and it looks like they'll be at home next week against Aurora. And crazier things could happen, and that could change, but I think that looks pretty well set right now, as it'll be the Hound Dogs coming to Cassville for the rematch of the Week 1 game, and that'll be the first round of district playoffs for Cassville next Friday night there from Wildcat Stadium.
I will say that McDonald County is pulled to within a touchdown of the Indians, so I don't know something crazy was to happen there, if that's going to have any impact on things between Seneca and Reed's Spring. So we'll see how that one finishes up too. It has not gone final according to our score stream here, but
yeah, because Seneca, the 4 seed coming in,
it may have just gone final. Yes, it has. Seneca wins 34-27.
Okay, so Seneca was the 4 seed coming in. They were about 2.5 points ahead of Reed Spring. So with the victory, they should stay in the 4 seed. Reed Spring and Hollister, though, were only separated by about 1/10 of a point. And Reed Spring was winning. They did win over Aurora. Hollister was losing to Mount Vernon, so Reed Spring should stay ahead of Hollister on that. So unless we're missing something, that looks to be the way the districts are going to go. So it'll be Mount Vernon against Nevada, Aurora, and Cassville, Monette, and Hollister, and then Seneca and Reed Spring is the way we see it right now next Friday night.
And top 2 seeds in the district get, of course, the top seed is home throughout. The 2 seed will get, if Cassville beats Aurora next Friday night, they will get another home game. And then the 3 and 4 seed both get first-round home games. So, yeah, shaping up to be a fun district. Tough, as Coach Parnell said, very difficult district. Some pretty good football teams there that can make some runs. So
there really is.
We'll see. We call it kind of the second season. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, with this new system that's been in place now for a couple of years, it kind of is. Everything starts over for everyone now. So it goes back to square one. You win, season's over, or you lose, your season's over. You win in advance.
Win or go home. That's kind of the saying. So Wildcats will get back to work. And, you look at this Wildcat football team. They've got 2 losses on the year, a total of 11 points in the 2 losses. And you start looking at teams moving forward in the playoffs, and you start talking about teams that are battle tested. And I tell you what, you come out of this conference and the physicality of Monette and Seneca, and up here tonight at Lamar, and I tell you what, you got to think you get out of this district and you go face somebody. It can't get any more brutal than so. The conference really gets.
Concur with that wholeheartedly. From Lamar, we appreciate you being with us. A streaming video tonight, but we will be able to channel to view that game. Finals that we have: Monette over Nevada, 49-0. Reed Spring defeats Aurora, 49-15.